Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the world and temptations of ait'seh. I am your host, the Uncommon DM, Uncommon Guru. These are our wonderful players.
Hello.
Hello.
I
That in order is Paris, Varen, and Madrino, who play as Naivara, Ixius, and Zadim, respectively. And when last we left off, they had come back from finding a sundrop flower, helping Ixius's father to gain back some strength, to recover a little bit more, as well as to get prepared for coming back to. Oh, good to know. Coming back to look around the town, see what's going on, as well as to determine where they're going next. After speaking with his father, he determined that he would be going with this Zadim and Naivara to see what all they could do, what all they could uncover. Meanwhile, back at the Penitent Soul, Naivara and Zadim both heard tales that thankfully seemed to be in a very similar direction for them to look into. Tales of petrification and of people simply walking into towns and just taking them over. Now, after speaking with Ixius, giving him a rundown of what's going on and getting ready for what's to come, dawn has come, the day is new, and what would you guys like to do?
Get supplies before heading out.
yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Alright, there are multiple shops for you to choose from. Ixius, this is a town that you've been working in primarily as an aide, so you're not as familiar with getting supplies, but you do know of a few good places where you can get some. What type of supplies were you looking to go to? Are you trying to get like general market type stuff, or
Yeah,
specific?
probably just like general goods like rope, maybe some rations.
Okay. There is a very nice general store run by a delightful old lady who, as you enter, kind of looks up, has that motherly look to her face as she closes a book. Well, hello there. How are you doing this fine day? How may I be of assistance?
Greetings, ma'am. We're just looking for maybe some rations, maybe some rope.
Oh, some rations. Oh, we've got some food for you to. One second here. She moves over and there's a stock of dried meats and various dried foods that you can get. And most of it looks like it's been put into pouches, but there is one that is splayed out to show you what exactly you'd be receiving with it. Moving it over, she counts a few of them. It's like, yes, we've managed to get a good 20 rations that we've been able to dry up and make sure that they were preserved for whatever travels may come. How many were you looking to get?
How far did we say the first stop was to the Colossus? Wasn't it like a week?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want a week's worth.
Okay. So for 7 rations, those come out to 5 silver a bag. So if one bag is different various foods and such, food stuff to help keep you sustained, that would be able to run you about a day. So yeah, 7 bags.
And it's 7 silver each.
No, 5 silver each.
Oh,
So that would run you a total of 3 gold and 5 silver, or 35 silver if you're just going in silver.
I'll just give her the gold. I give her an extra gold too.
Oh, thank you so much. Did you want change?
No, thank you.
Very well. And she pockets it, counts out 7 bags, and hands them off to you.
Also, would you happen to have a healer's kit?
Healer's kit. Let me take a quick look here. A specific type of healer's kit?
I don't think there is a specific type. It's literally just called healer's kit.
Okay, let me take a look here. She starts rummaging around in the background. Let me see here. Healer's kit. You're talking about an herbalist kit?
No, healers. Just put in the word kit and you'll see it.
So there is. Let me see if it says what all is in there.
There's nothing in it other than like 1,000 splints, and all it does is I can stabilize someone.
Right. I remember who uses this in our other Sunday group where they literally have the feet healer for specifically using this. He is one of the most interesting wizards I've ever met. But yes, let me roll here to see how many they have. All right. We do have a few in stock. See here how many we have specifically for your needs. Yes. Here, and she pulls out 2 boxes that she opens up quickly, checking them, making sure that they have all the items that's necessary for it. After nodding a few times, she clips them closed, sets them side to side. We have 2 of them. Each one of them, they do come with quite a bit of items for your assistance, and they would run around 5 gold apiece. 10 gold if you wanted the both of them.
Yes, please. I'll take both of them.
Wonderful. 10 gold, and she puts it one on top of the other and slides it over to you.
Yep. I'll take it. I'll take them both, and then I'm gonna give one to both of Zadim and Navarra.
Alright, so Zadim, Naivara, add into your inventory that you have 1 healer's kit.
All right.
Awesome.
It's just for emergencies.
Runaways.
Helps prevent you from having to make death saving throws. Very useful. Alright, and you guys have anything else you want to buy to rummage through or anything like that?
That's all I want to buy.
Alright. Naivara, Zadim.
I'll probably visit that same shop Ixius went to and buy 2 more rations.
2 more?
And
2 more?
4 more.
4 more. 4 more. Okay. That's for that. It would be 2 gold. And she seems very delighted by that. She does ask for Bright Eye to stay outside. She's like, I do understand, but we don't allow. Kind of slowly leans over, stares at the griffin, leans back over. Pets in my shop.
That's fine.
Mr. News was on my shoulder the whole time.
He's a familiar.
Yeah.
That's very different.
There's a big difference between a flying snake and a griffin.
Yes, one's a familiar and one is a side leans again. Pet. But yes, we would be able to sell you this.
Now, 2 of these rations are going to be for me, and then one of them will make 7 rations for Bright Eyes, I believe. But the conversion rate is what I remember it being.
2 rations equal 1 meal for an adult griffin, but for right now, one of them should be enough. Now that
So she'll have 8 then.
yes.
Okay,
She
sounds good.
would have food for her. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna let you intentionally starve your pet.
I would hunt for her anyway, but
I'm aware. I was just being coy.
Mhm.
All right. So you got your stuff, and Naivara, anything you wanted to get as well?
I need fucking rations. I have nothing in my fucking inventory.
Okay. With him buying 2 and with Ixius buying 7, she still does have 11 left. How many would you like to get? She's just staring at you, waiting for you to make an order.
I just said 3.
I didn't hear you say 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely heard. No, I heard nothing.
Only 3?
I mean, if there's 11, then 3 just makes it 14, so... Unless I'm doing wrong. Math. Fuse. Help.
You're fine. You're fine. Each bag of ration is worth 1 day's travel.
So you
Well,
might
sure,
want
I'll
to get
sell
at
it
least a
then.
week.
Unless you have,
Okay.
more already, in which case you'd be fine. But that depends
I
on,
have
again,
none.
how many you have currently.
I have none. That's why I said I want 7.
Okay, yep, you can absolutely get 7, which again, that is 3 gold and 5 silver, or 35 silver if you have the silver for it.
I got 15 now, so if you need some, I'll share.
3 gold and 5 silver? Okay.
Oh, one more thing. Do you have any kind of climbing gear?
Climbing gear. You must be heading towards the Colossi path. Yes, we've got several of those. Some adventurers like to walk the area, look through it when the Colossi have passed by. The area is always so quite beautiful, actually. Let me go to the back real quick. Did you want one for each of you, or just one for yourself?
I don't know about the others, but I'm getting one for myself.
Okay.
I'll buy one as well.
All right.
I'm sorry, what is he getting? I was trying.
Climbing equipment.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
All right.
I don't trust myself.
She goes into the back, and she's again just this kind of older lady, and you just hear her go, "Don't worry, I got the." You see her come out, kind of not dragging so much as she's like definitely having some struggles to lift 2 bags as she kind of totters forward for a second, and just kind of lays them on the table. One moment, I'll grab the third. She goes back into the back. You hear her pick it up. She comes back out. Sets it down.
Does she need help?
No, I'm fine. It's just I used to have my grandson here, but he's off to see the path, and he'll be back soon. But for each of these, each pack is 25 gold.
I'll put down 25 for myself.
I'll put down 25 as well.
Okay. She
Alright.
and for you, miss.
I'll put down 25.
Wonderful. She
'Cause I don't trust.
hands each of you a climber's kit, so you can put that into your inventory as well. All right. And with that, you guys have gotten fairly well stocked up. Anything else you were trying to look into buying?
No, that's all I need.
I'm broke.
I bought you a healer's kit, damn it.
That doesn't mean she's not broke.
I have 15 gold left on me, boy.
That's a lot of gold. Clearly, I'm not making this expensive enough. Strokes chin thoughtfully.
No!
I'm kidding. There'll be plenty of other stuff for you to get money off of or to get broke off of in the future. Whichever you're going to end up doing, as one
What did you
does.
throw like 8 gold at a fucking 4? No. I don't need to pay for it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need to pay for it. Okay, so you're going to pillage it. Got it. I'll write that down on the list of the to-do lists. Must pillage innocent village.
No!
Oh, no. Oh, scratch that off real quick. Make note. We're going to do it anyway. I don't know what you guys are going to do for money and stuff, but I do know that Zadim had been asking about places to sell parts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For that, you haven't really asked around anything about that, but that's fine.
Well, I wanted to check around the
So you wanted
village,
to ask around the
but
village.
you said there wasn't really anywhere.
Yep, but you haven't
to
asked
sell
anyone
them.
in the village either.
Well, I'll ask while we're here, I suppose. Might as well.
Oh, you're looking for like a hunter's guild. There is one on the path. If you're going towards the Colossi path. Forgot the name of it. It's good people there. Very unorthodox, primarily adventurers and such like that. But if you're looking for people to sell stuff to, or even to help guide you around various places, they're some of the best.
Very well. I will keep my eye out for them.
Yep, like I said, they're just on the path, so you shouldn't have to go too far away to find them.
Thank you very much for the information.
Gives a little nod, kind of dusts her hands off on her apron. And if that will be all with you, I would hope that you have a wonderful day, and please do travel safe. I hear that there's thunderstorms coming around these parts soon. It always washes out the path, but at the same time, it's, loud and stormy, and it can make terrain rough.
I'm sure we'll manage.
We will be careful.
Come back again soon. Gives a little wave.
We're gonna head out as soon as possible.
Okay. So you guys, I'd say by now it's probably only like you guys have been able to make good work about getting around the city. I'd say it's only like 10 in the morning.
Can I see the storm in the distance?
Looking around, you're looking up at the sky. Predominantly, it's cloudy. You can still see the blue sky fairly well. If you've lived here for quite some time, and you do have an idea of where the storm would be coming from. It's not something that's going to be coming today or tomorrow, but it would likely be coming sometime within the week. If you keep ahead of it, you should be fine, but you're also trying to outrun Mother Nature. There's a good chance that it would come over you probably within about at least 5 days or so, based off your memory of it. But that's, again, if Mother Nature is playing nice.
Alright, shall we get moving? We might want to get as far as we can to beat the storm.
I agree.
Alright, so you guys begin making your way around, heading up the path. And who is leading the way?
Are we in the mountains yet?
You are leaving the city.
I mean, I'll do it, I suppose.
And you're not going to hit the mountains until, again, around towards the end of the week. So right now you're going through mostly forested area. So if someone wants to roll a survival check to lead the party.
Should we just do it like whoever rolls highest is, or
You guys decide who's leading the group. Are you guys having just walking side by side? Are you guys walking?
I want
single
help.
file?
Want help Zadim with his survival check.
Alright.
Right. So Zadim, roll a survival check.
He's the ranger. He should have high. Yeah, he got way
I
more.
my
do,
survival is
but-
actually higher than.
I will
you
line
guys
to
don't
say
know
so.
that. He's the ranger.
No, I'm just saying this like out of character. I'm sitting thinking, why?
He's a decent.
That's
he's,
a 13.
He's leading you on the path. You're not running into anything untoward or anything like that currently. Currently just kind of looking around, just like, Nope, nothing's in your way. You're, again, just making your way through the forest. You arrive around the first area for you guys to make a stop as the sun goes down. It's fairly average in terms of travel, but so far so good. Second day would roll around. Who wants to roll that survival check? You can have him keep rolling, or if you want to have someone else lead, whichever you prefer.
I'm not leading.
I'll do it.
I'll give her some help with that.
Now watch it. Just equally awful.
There you go.
Okay.
21. Very nice. You managed to get some headway in terms of speed, getting you guys a little bit further along to be able to go, okay, here, I'm going to go this way instead of just following the path straight. And you're actually able to cut off, I'd say, about a couple hours off your travel time, getting you a little bit further ahead.
The path we're on, are there yellow bricks on it?
There is not. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you fight a scarecrow. Yet. Oh wait, that's right. You weren't there for the scarecrow fight, were you, Paris?
No, and I kind of feel like I should be happy about that.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yes. So as you guys continue to make your way through the forest, roll a survival check again for their third day,
Still helping, I guess.
of course. Okay. You don't cut off any time for that, but that's predominantly because as you guys are approaching towards the end of the night, you can hear the crackling of thunder in the distance rolling towards you guys. But as
Fun.
you guys are walking up, you actually do see in the distance that there's you'd call it mansion-esque, but it's almost certainly a hut. It is built out of trees and wood that have actually been, the trees themselves are forming the base of it, and they're woven together rather than stacked, like cut out. These are trees that have formed into this over-consuming dome, essentially, creating this foliage-based barrier against any kind of storm. And inside of it, you actually can see a few different lights and such going off. And there's just Tabaxi guy just sitting on one of the trunks, just smoking his pipe. Just looks over at you guys, gives a little wave.
I'll approach. Hello, sir.
How you doing? Trying to get out of the storm coming around this march?
Yeah, we're looking to hunker down before it hits. Is there any chance we could stay here for maybe how long it lasts?
It's probably going to go over about a day or so, but if you don't want to stay dry, you come on right in. He kind of motions for you guys to enter into it.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm sitting here thinking that too.
Insight check him. Go for it.
Both of us are just hit with advantage.
I'd say both of you. You're not talking to
Okay.
each other, so it's you both are trying to insight check.
He's
This
a nice guy.
He looks perfect.
Ooh, look at that, running the gambit this early in the session.
I just love it. Nat 1, you know shit. Natural 20.
The nat 20 lets you know that he's very laid back. He's smells like tobacco smoke, so he's not smoking anything too strong. He's not weeded up.
You did
But
it though.
yeah, like your friends back at the inn. But he definitely appears friendly. He seems to kind of looking at you guys, looking up at the storm, just like, yeah, I don't want to be out there. You get the sense that there's nothing untoward about it. He's just sitting there to stand and smoke. It's just what he does.
Hey,
Well,
Zadim.
Mm-hmm.
Think we could find some food before the storm hits?
Almost certainly. And I'm going to use a spell that I didn't get a chance to use previously because it never came up.
Ooh.
I am going to cast. Where did I put it? Wild Cunning.
Okay. Can you click the speech bubble for it so I can read up on it real quick? I have not heard of wild cunning.
I believe it's from
Xanathars?
Unearthed Arcana.
Oh, it might be Unearthed Arcana.
Right.
Mhm.
If there are any tracks on the ground, you know where they are. You make a survival check following with advantage for 1 hour or until you cast the spell again. If there's edible foliage, you know it and where to find it. Clean drinking water, you know it and where to find it.
It basically gives you the Wanderer background.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you have to find the tracks to hunt stuff, but it basically says, I know where the food is, I know where the water is, and basically you can use a first level spell to just immediately have spirits just rise up and just break down the campsite for you.
I like that.
That's an interesting use of it. I'm just going to cast a first level spell and just, ta-da, the campsite has been taken care of. I love it. So you cast Wild Cunning, you get like this 120-foot radar that just kind of says, yes, there are some berry bushes around here. Actually, there's a berry field close by. And since they're edible, not poisonous from what your radar's picking up.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of tracks, you currently don't see any around here. Might be because this is a place that has people around it.
Mm-hmm.
But there are the berries.
We might be able to find some tracks when we get to the berries.
I'll tell them about the berries then.
I was assuming he did.
Hmm?
I was assuming he did, that's why I said that.
The tabaxi kind of looks at you just like, of course there's berries. It's probably how we get our juice. I mean, if you want to go pick some, they're not really, ripe. It's still, spring. But you can definitely go pick some. They might have still have some juice in them.
Would I be able to tell if I looked at them whether or not they would make good food if they're not ripe?
With the spell, I'll say that you know that they're edible, but you don't know if they'll taste good. You'd have to actually go look at them to be able to tell more about that.
Okay. I'll go to the berry field and test out the berries.
Yep, it's like just 100 feet away behind
Yeah,
the trees.
I'll go with them.
So the two of you go over to the berry field. While they're doing that, Naivar, are you just heading inside the tree, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna head inside shelter because I don't want to be caught in the water.
Okay, so we'll get to you in a moment. Meanwhile, these two are looking around, and they do find the berry bushes. Looking at them, they're certainly not ripe. They definitely don't have the right color or texture to them, but with the knowledge that you've had up in the mountains, you're aware that as long as it can be eaten and give you some sustenance, it can be useful, it can be good. It just might be a little bit tart, a little bit bitter, depending on what kind of berry it is, although with how it's growing up, you're not sure if it's a blackberry or a raspberry, or no, not raspberry, blackberry or a blueberry.
Well, you can eat the berries, but I cannot guarantee you will enjoy them.
I think we should leave these alone. Are you picking up any tracks while we're in this area?
Having moved forward, it's instantaneous, so you don't see him quite yet, but you can make a survival check.
I will do that.
I'll help them.
Okay, so with advantage.
Alright, 18.
Looking around, you do see that there's a few little tracks. Like, looks like a squirrel has been running around these area, possibly a raccoon. Not a whole lot of other bigger animals from what you can tell is currently, just mostly little creatures.
Any rabbits?
There are a few pair of rabbits. They still have been around during winter, so they have been around this area.
Money.
I will see about finding those.
Okay. With the 18, you're able to follow them. Moving through the area is not incredibly difficult. Let's say after about a good 15 minutes, just slowly tracking him down. You kind of hold up a hand, keeping ait'seh from going too far forward and stepping on a branch or anything, as you see like about half dozen rabbits just kind of jumping around.
I will take out my bow and shoot at least one of them, maybe both, if I can.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Apparently, I have advantage. If he's helping me.
But no, he wouldn't be able to help you from a distance.
Oh, right, I have.
So you'd have to be
They gotta be
within
right there.
5 feet.
Alright, straight shot then.
They're rabbits.
Don't say that. So you don't say that. You said it. You had to say it.
You take the shot, and it whizzes over the head, and you hear and the rabbits begin to scatter. I'll let you make one more shot
Cool.
before you lose track of them. There's one that
Yes, excellent.
You take the shot, and you pretty much turn the bow, let loose, and you just see the tree in front of you as you're releasing it. You're like, oh, and it just slams fully into the tree.
I
You're not
retrieve
getting
my
that back.
arrows. I will retrieve the other arrow.
Yeah, that one's fine. It's just the tips. And the marks, you just pull that out.
Let's see if I can find anything else around here.
Okay. Roll one more survival check. This one you'd have advantage on because he's helping you.
Alright. Ooh, is that a crit?
It is not. We're not using that rule in this particular one just because I've seen too many of those crits.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're looking around. They scattered pretty good, and as you're looking around, you also feel the faint drizzling of rain. The scent of humidity has increased. Most of these tracks are probably going to be washed out within probably the next half an hour, unless it's a heavy rainfall, which just from the fact that you're already getting a pretty consistent drizzle coming down, it's probably going to hit over pretty fast.
All right, I will. If I use wild cunning again, would I have a better chance of finding anything else?
You'd have advantage, but you're already getting that from ait'seh.
Fair enough. All right, back to the tree, I guess. No food for us.
Yeah, there's food in the tree, but looking for your own
Mhm.
food.
I mean, we just bought rations. I don't know why we're already looking for food in the first place.
True. I mean, you bought it a couple days ago, and you've been hopefully marking those off for each day you've been moving.
True.
And to be fair, you guys would have been in the middle of a rainstorm and uh, soaking wet if you hadn't had those few hours cut off for getting the 20.
Hmm.
So you guys make your way back. As you guys are doing so, meanwhile, Naivara has just walked into it, and the place it's warm, very warm in here. There's a hearth to the side, which at first you're thinking, why would they have fire in the middle of a tree? Isn't that a bad idea? But
Yeah,
you
that was my immediate thought.
yeah, you quickly see that you're like, it's fire. Oh no! But then you see that it's like people are like jumping through it and just like,
I'm back.
yeah, welcome back.
Welcome
Where
back.
the flame is clearly not doing any damage to them. In fact, one guy actually gets into the middle of it and just starts dancing in the fire, which apparently looks like a good sport for them. If you want, you can roll an Arcana check to see if you know what is causing that flame, because I'm sure you'd be curious. It's a spell called Continual Flame. It essentially creates a fire that just kind of stays there, but it's not harmful. It's not actually producing anything that would harm the tree or the wildlife. It's just essentially you cast the spell, and until it's dispelled, it's just this continual light source.
Oh, so
Is it what?
is it warm?
Judging by the fact that they're dancing in it, it's not hot. But
Oh.
you also see that there are a few stones around the sides of the trees that look like they're radiating a little red glow to them. Possibly what's actually causing the warmth in the area.
Oh, okay.
I'm also going to double check, make sure that continual flame is continual flame. Really? Do I not have the book for it? I swore I had the book for it. Yeah, I'll look for it later. I know that it is a spell that has to be cast, and that it is until it's dispelled. Alright, but yes, you guys have been having a good time. And well, these guys at least. And looking around, you see a few people do kind of stand out to you. One of them is it looks like a wood elf. A very, very soft features. Doesn't look like the strongest guy, but he's got a bow on his back, and he kind of has that kind of angry glint, which is kind of funny seeing it from such a soft-faced person with long ears, likely an elf. Another
Rusty.
person who catches your attention is a very, you'd almost call it spiky hair. He is not. Spiky hair, is completely blonde, which from someone who looks like a dwarf is somewhat surprising. You've not seen a blonde dwarf before. He's wearing kind of this like overalls to him. He's got himself this very, very nice looking battle axe that actually, when you catch sight of it, you actually see what appears to be like engravings on part of the blade, but you can't quite see it because it is currently sheathed. And the third person, thing, creature, you're not sure exactly what you'd call it, just because you've not been anywhere to see them before, but they're lizard-like in appearance, kind of this scaly reptilian, but they've got like this big, almost crescent horn basically running up between their eyes, and they've got a wooden and stone longsword at
What
their side.
My insight check. See any that
You
what?
can insight check the room.
Okay.
Ominous music. Oh no. You can't fast travel while enemies are near.
Don't say enemies. That puts me on such high fucking alert.
No, they're just people. You're kind of looking around. Actually, gonna change the music here. Give it a little bit more of a jaunty feeling. I was trying to find the right one for it, and then I realized I had it saved already.
I can't unmute it, otherwise it'll echo, which saddens me.
Right. Sanity check. Roll wisdom save. Nah, you're fine. They're look like they're all doing various different activities. The wood elf looks like he's carving on a piece of wood. Looks like he's using a kit to make some more arrows. The dwarf is sitting at a table. He's got this odd collection of rocks in front of him and a set that's opened up. And he keeps popping out this spyglass, holding it up and just inspecting each one of them, just like, ah, yeah, that's good. That's yeah. Setting it down, picks the next one. It's a little flawed, but it's good enough. Flaw gives a character. Sets it down. The third entity kind of is making this growling sounds, and one of the other people who's sitting with him is just kind of looking just like, I feel you, man. I don't understand a word you're saying, but I feel you.
I think I will approach the dwarf, because now I'm curious, because I think I know what he's doing. But
Okay. You see the three tables and you pick out the dwarf. You approach him and kind of just sit down. As you sit down, like there's this pause. Kind of pulls back, blinks a bit, like, no, someone didn't just sit. Looks into it, pulls back, looks over you, is like, oh, someone's here. Quickly pulls a few of the gems closer. He's like, hello. You're not here to steal my stuff, are
I'm
you?
not gonna see. No.
Oh,
No.
kind of relaxes immediately. Like, oh, sorry. Just I've had a few people who have tried to
Gotten
get handsy with. Sorry. Hello. Welcome to my table. Hi. Kind of waves awkwardly.
You're not used to interacting with people, are you?
No, I'm kind of used to. I grew up in the city and such. It's just out here, people just kind of look at me, shrug, and keep moving. So there's that.
Honestly, you stick out like a sore thumb. She's gonna take the quarter staff and kind of poke at his hair.
Do I? Really? Do I?
There's a
Good to
lot of
know. He just kind of like rubbing his hands, like, good to know, yeah.
That's so fucking honest whenever I imagine someone rubbing their hands together.
He looks more nervous than he looks menacing. Like he's like gritting his teeth, like, yeah, thumbs up.
I love how between the two NPCs that I've actually interacted with, both of them are fucking skittish.
Well, it's less he's skittish than that. He's more just like, how do I? Yeah, like, I mean, I can, yeah, I can talk to you about but he kind of pulls a few of the gems over. He's like, I got a collection of them, but it's it's my main talking point. it's what I got. Duh, I should have. Hi, my name's Ebrin.
Everett?
Ebrin, yes.
Nivara.
I'll give you a quick peek at what he looks like, just to show, just the image that was selected by someone else during his creation. You should be able to see this popping up there. Let me know when you see it, and I'll make sure that it's shown to the other people here real quick. This is Ebrin.
They do not see him.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Do you see him? You should have popped up.
Nope.
I'll make a handout for it. Close, dang you. Where are you? Handout.
Okay, yeah, I see him.
Yeah, it'll be on the stream as well. Hold on. Edit. Choose. Nope, not here. Nope, not here.
Oh, I'm not in the stream if you're showing it there, simply because that'll slow down my computer to
I know.
gods know.
Let me see if I can. Hold on, I'm trying to make it so you can see it.
I see it.
Yeah, he's a stout, red-shirted. Again, he's a very nice-looking guy. Whoop, that's not the one I wanted. But here's also a drawing that I did that I'm gonna let you guys see.
Oh.
This is a lot better looking one because it's Here, so I'll let you guys take a look at that. I drew this a while back, and it was more meant to be something that he was supposed to have, but this was the image that he had chosen originally, and then I was starting to draw this, but I never was able to finish it. So let me know when you see it. It'll be in handouts.
I see it. I see it.
Yep. He's, like I said, he's wearing suspenders. He also has some smith's tools off to the side that he's kind of ignoring him right now. Right now he's focusing more on the jeweling that he's doing right now. And yes, Matt, that is the same guy. I figured that he would be worthy of seeing.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
So, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm jeweling. He pulls out one of the stones. Like, this is an onyx that I found around here. It's small. It's probably about, in real world terms, probably about the size of like a penny. But he's like holding up like it's like he's like a proud dad. Like, look, he holds it up for you to take a look at.
She's gonna hold out her hand. Fine.
Sets it down and just like, yes, I have a fondness for collecting such things. It's just part of what I do, and I'm able to appraise them. He pats his little box. I've been, when I'm not creating various items like spokes and spikes and daggers and such, whatever may come my way, I work on jeweling. It's part of my life's work.
Wait, you create weapons?
Yes, growing up, I was taught how to be a blacksmith. My name is actually Ebron Smith because my family was known for their smithing. I know it's common; a lot of people are smiths around areas and such, but it was what my family was known for, and I have the skill for it. But eventually, when I went out, I wanted to do more. I wanted to do something a little bit better. And when I helped a gentleman when his cart got stuck in the mud, actually I had several gentlemen out there, they gave me this. He pats the behind the seat. You did not notice it before, but there is a polished shield that's like almost mirror reflective with how polished it is. Like, it is like brightly polished.
He's got the mirror shield.
But essentially, it looks like a mirror shield, and it's actually got runes engraved into the center of it. He's like, they gave me this, and they also told me about their business where they were jeweling and such, and I asked if I could learn some of their craft. They took me with them, and eventually I found my way here.
So you found a new passion.
Oh, passion might be a light word for it, but I prefer it over than obsession. But yes.
That's just rude. Enjoy what
I like you.
She's gonna ask if she can pick up one of the gems.
Oh yeah, he's letting you look at him. He's not like watching you like a hawk as you is just like, they're still my gems, but you can look at them, you can touch them. Just making sure you don't pocket any. While this is going on, ait'seh and Zadim, you guys come back in. You do see in the corner there's a bartender, a halfling who's just kind of sliding around on the back. It looks like more like a stage than a bar, but he's making a performance out of it, and everyone just kind of laughing along with him as he's making sure everyone's topped off on their drinks and such, and everyone's giving him this salute as they watch him just go about doing his work. There are a few staircases that are actually built out of what looks to be woven branches that go up to upper areas where there are like hammocks and little things. No privacy in terms of the rooms, so you can't really do too much without everyone knowing what you're doing. But there's places where you can lay up your items, get some rest. It's a nice place. Very out in the open, very nature-based.
This wouldn't happen to be the Rangers Guild, would it?
Looking around, you get the sense that most of the people here probably are rangers. There's just simply too many weapons around here for this to just be some place that you stumble on by chance. And she did tell you that the Rangers Guild was on the way.
Yeah, it's a good point. All right. I will go about and see if I can sell the carapace and acid gland to anyone.
Okay. Roll a... What would this be? Roll a straight intelligence check, just to see if you can determine who would be the most helpful buyer. I am on the wrong page. There.
I rolled with advantage by accident, but I still got a 15.
Yep. For this, I'd say you'd be rolling without advantage, but with the 15, you still are able to spot a guy who looks like he knows what he's doing. Probably because he's a water genasi, or genasi. That's what it's called. Not genocide, genasi, a water genasi. You can tell because he's got these thick black hair. And it looks like it's constantly got this oily, almost wavy look to it. Very wavy hair, kind of off-green skin. And he's sitting there looking over a couple items, kind of rubbing his chin slowly, thoughtfully. And as you kind of look at him, he kind of slowly looks up at you, gives a tilt of his head curiously, and leans back and kind of motions for you. Come on over.
I will approach, and is there like a seat at the table?
Yeah,
or...
there's a table with multiple seats.
I will sit down across from him and greet him.
Hello there.
Hello. I am looking to unload some monster parts, and I was wondering if you happen to be in the market.
Market. It's a simple word for the trade of little bits of powerful things, but I am keeping my eyes open, keeping my options aware. What are you looking to pawn off? And leans forward curiously.
On cake parts, I have the acid gland and part of the carapace.
Acid gland of an onkeg. It's not too uncommon around these parts, but getting the whole gland's not bad at all. We can talk business. Holds out a hand. They call me a wave rider. It's not my actual name, but it's what people call me, and I'll prefer that.
I am Zadim, and I'll shake his hand.
It's very firm grip. Gives you a quick nod. Motions for you to lay out the parts.
I will take out the carapace piece and the acid gland. I will put the acid gland on top of the carapace piece because that makes sense.
It does. He kind of gives it a nod, just like, you're wise enough. Kind of gives it like the little poke to the gland, just kind of looking over. It's actually when you set it down, it's fairly empty, but you see when he pokes it, there's like the little sloshing in it of just whatever was remaining in it. Not the most tasteful of sounds from it, but at the same time, I'm not going to make that for you. Make you I'll be generous and nice this time. But he gives a little nod after a moment. He's like, so you're just looking to sell it. You're not looking to have anything made out of it. That's most people look to make stuff. But hey.
As far as I know, the only thing I would be able to make is arrows of acid, and that would simply be by dipping the arrows into it.
Well, clearly you ain't being creative enough.
No, I do not.
If you're looking for something to be made with this, you'd need both pieces, and thankfully you did manage to win carapace. If you're looking for something, granted, with this much carapace, we might be able to make something else out of it, but if you're looking for just like a dagger or something, we can make something. A dart would be a little bit just too much of a waste. A short sword probably wouldn't have enough oomph to it for it to actually be of too much use, but that's just me. But if you're just looking to sell, I can rally up the total for that, see what we can do. Which would you prefer? I'd much rather know what kind of business I'm getting into.
Makes sense. Out of character, what would a dagger made of onkeg carapace do for me?
It would act as a dagger that once per long rest, you would be able to activate the onkeg venom gland, which would allow you to, when you make a hit with that dagger, you'd get essentially a quick burst of damage with that. It would be essentially like a dagger of venom, but it would be a dagger of acid spray, which would deal 3d6 acid damage for one hit per long rest.
Okay, that's interesting. How much would I get for it if I just sold him the parts?
Are you asking him?
I am, yes.
Well, if you're looking to just sell it, probably could.
I'd like to examine my options before I make a decision.
a wise choice. I'd say, because it is a full gland, obviously gotta up the price for that. I can't be too stingy on such like this, after all. You obviously put in some time to actually hunt this thing down. Either you stumble across it or not, that doesn't matter to me. I don't need the story behind it. I just need... Plus you did bring back carapace from it, which would make my job a lot easier. Give you 175 gold for the 2 pieces.
I think you're welcome.
I'll take it. I was just thinking.
He's considering. I'm like, I figured he was. Gives a little nod. He motions, and this little green kobold kind of perks up and just pulling over this trunk as he looks up. Yeah, boss. Yeah. Oh, he opens it up and just like, how many bags? Give me one of the 100 and one of the 75. You got it. And there's actually, it's like broken in like 5 different parts where it's broken into different bags of money, which looks like he's fairly well off, but underneath it you can see that there's an undersection to it, probably where he keeps his tools. He pulls out 2 bags, one of 75, one of 100. He puts it on the table, slides it over to you. He motions for you to slide over the on-cake parts.
Which I do.
And you now have 175 gold pieces.
Excellent. A pleasure doing business with you.
And with you as well. May we do business with you again? Takes the parts, and the kobold takes them. They're very big for him. He's just like, I got it, don't worry. And he's like, are you sure? Yeah, don't worry, I won't drop it. Kind of stumbling around, like, I got it.
Just sell these fucking. But oh well.
Alright, meanwhile, Ixius, you've seen Naivara having a chat with this dwarven fellow who looks like he's having a grand old time explaining all the different gems to her. What would you like to do?
I'll join them.
Okay. You sit down, and he kind of like, Ebron's explaining things to her, and they kind of freezes as you sit down, just like, oh, hands open, hands closed, hands open, hands closed, slowly points and looks at you.
I'm with
He's a
her.
friend.
Oh, okay. Hi, holds out a hand. I'm Ebron. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'll shake his hand.
I'm just showing off some of the jewels I found over the years. They're small and not exactly worth a lot, but I like keeping my collection, open-ended. Just keeping my options open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you know a lot about jewels, huh?
I do. Yeah. It's not my life's calling or anything, but I'm keeping my options open. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to show him my spell book
Ooh. Kind of tilts his head.
and let him see those jewels.
His eyes kind of widen from where he's like, may I?
That's why I'm pulling it out. I just put it down in front of him.
He's not touching it until you put it down. He slowly moves his hands forward, just kind of looks at you, just like, okay, just gently moves it around. He's being very delicate with it. He understands it's something that's of worth to you, especially with all the gems on it. He's just kind of like gently poking the side of one of the gems, kind of tilting his head back and forth. Eventually, he kind of rubs his chin, just like, hold on a second. He pulls out one of his jeweling kit tools, and he just kind of gets a little closer look. He's just like, wizards in there, use of these types of stuff. I don't know how they managed to get these to not look 7 kinds of cracked with that, but they did a good job with making that. Slides it back over.
I'm thinking about enchanting these gems.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about gems is raw gems, imperfect gems, they're all good gems. Gives a little nod. He kind of like looks between each seconds, like, oh wait, you meant enchanting with like, I don't know how to do that.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's my thought.
Oh, I mean, they look good. I mean, I imagine they'd be fine. Scratches at his neck, just like, do I know if they'd be fine? I don't No, yeah, they'd be fine. Yeah, gets a grin, thumbs up.
Can I just say that I just summoned my little dragon and playing with him while they discuss.
You summon the dragon, his head kind of slowly turns over, just like, waves at it. Hi.
Mr. News has been on my shoulder the whole time, by the way.
Yep. Mr. Noodles like pokes his head out of your, pokes his head from over there, and he kind of turns over, just like, I'm just surrounded by magic users today. Hi. Nice to meet you both, and you both. Kind of looks between them, just like pointing his hands in 2 different directions, just like you both. Yeah. Big old grin on his face.
The dragon is going to move on to his head.
He kind of freezes as it like slowly leans over to look at him in the eyes upside down as it tilts its head slowly. He's just like looking at, just like not moving.
He won't bite, I promise.
It immediately like opens his mouth and moves towards his nose.
Do not make me a liar.
Slowly like looks back up at you like, I wanna. It kind of grips his hair tightly for a moment, just like. Then it flies back over to your shoulder.
Do I have anything like... what could I give him to nibble on? He seems to like doing that. Or can I just use my finger without worry of it biting it off?
You can give him whatever you want. The was for Ebron, who's like watching, like he like doesn't know. And out of character, if you were trying to look for something, what are you wanting to try and put in his mouth?
Leather is usually what I would think would...
Okay, so
Stay.
you asked for like a strip of leather.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Kind of leans over backwards, pulls out a strip of leather. He kind of looks at it, just like, I mean, I use this for wrapping handles and stuff. I mean, this is a strip that I cut off a while back that I didn't have use for. Hands it to you.
I'm just gonna like hover above the dragon until it bites on. I didn't know dragons.
Bites down on it, just
Really didn't know they could. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's to bite it.
like it has just a leather strap in his mouth. It turns, looks at you like, what?
Navarre,
Yes.
you know it doesn't actually eat, right?
I know it doesn't eat. I'm not feeding.
It's just currently chewing on the strap.
No, it's just gnawing on it. Okay.
Yeah, it's not eating it. It's trying to just chew on it, just like cutting its teeth on it, essentially.
That's what she said. I didn't know that they could teeth.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I didn't hear
cut
that
out
part.
there. Yeah, you cut out there for a moment.
Oh my bad.
No worries. But like, it looks like just confused, just like.
Yes. You little gnawing menace. Just laughed at me.
At this point, Zadim will make his way over as well.
I'm being mocked by my own familiar.
Everyone just kind of looks around, just like, another friend?
Yep.
Hi. Waves at you.
Hello.
Nice. Hold out a hand. Hi, I'm Ebron.
Zadim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I want to. Wow, I've got a full table. This is cool. Yeah. Kind of nods, just like, I haven't had this in a while.
Don't worry. I don't have any more friends. Don't worry.
Aw. He looks down. He's like, aw.
I want minor
I
illusion
have
another person behind
one
me.
friend.
You minor illusion another person behind him. He doesn't see the person behind him.
And I want to have it like walk to the side.
Slowly like watch them, just like, hi.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I notice the fuck?
He has to kind of make the noises and such to make it, but everyone's just like not paying attention. So he looks like, are you sure about that? There's a person right there.
Navarre's just gonna like wave her hand to the person.
Oh my gosh, are they a ghost?
Zadim will just turn to Ixius and give him like an eyebrow raise, like, really? Don't mess with the guy.
Alright, I'll dispel
No,
it.
it's not a ghost.
He vanished into the ethereal plane. Oh my gosh.
To
That was
distract
so
him, I'll have Right, I come up next to me and start petting her.
I mean, the ghost was there, and then it wasn't, and then, oh my gosh, there's a griffin at the table. Hi. He's like waving it, just like,
With chair.
that up. Cross his arms. Puts his hand on his chin.
Tonight's been eventful for you,
Well
hasn't it?
said.
You know, I've seen a ranger with something like that before, but it's been, it was like 3-4 years ago. That's, okay, cool. That's a thing.
He's gonna pat his head. I don't think we have any surprises left for you.
I think you've got plenty of
don't
surprises left for me. You've always you came over and you sat with me. That was a surprise. You had a friend. That was a surprise. You had another friend. That was a surprise. And then his friend has a hi, waves at the griffin. This is all so cool.
You made this dwarves weak by sitting.
So where are you guys heading?
The Colossi Pass.
I don't think there's any gems around there. But there's really cool other stuff around there. I mean, the storm's probably going to run for another... Kind of looks up at the ceiling. It's hitting now, so...
Navarro's gonna get up and poke her head out the door to see.
It is a torrential downpour. Like, it started as a drill, but it is now just immediately... Like, you can hear the rain coming down a lot harder. And it's just been getting louder and louder. But with music and the ambiance around, it has been drowning out a lot of the sound, but not all of it.
Can I lean out and see if I can gauge how long it'll last?
Roll a survival check. Or no, a nature check. It's gonna be here for a while. It's just a blanket of darkness for like miles at least. Probably longer than that. It's a big old storm that's just coming around.
Just gonna head back. We're stuck here for the night.
I mean, this is not a bad place to be. I mean, better in here than kind of motions outside.
Agreed.
I mean, if you guys need a room, I mean, it kind of points up, and again, it's just hammocks and walkways to quote-unquote rooms, which are mostly, again, just built into and hanging off the trees.
That's an interesting setup.
Oh, yeah. It's not really got guardrails or anything like that, so you got to be careful, but it does have a rope bridge from, points from one end of it to another, which, is helpful. Means that you can, not be, right next to the people next to you. And I heard that there's ways that the hammock is supposed to help in case people are snorers. Either that or they just put them up really, really high. Unless you're afraid of heights, in which case, if you're a snorer who's afraid of heights, can you actually go that high? Oh no. He's like, think thoughtful pose. Oh no.
Navarro's gonna send her little dress. Why don't you find us a tonight? Pick your favorite.
Whoosh. Just takes off and flies up.
Too hard to find him, I hope.
I mean, he's in a tree, and he's kind of orange, green, kind of like Oh, I lost him.
Bark, brown.
I can't find him anymore. He's like looking. He's like he looks up after to look at you. He's like, I lost him.
Is there any chance that I can whistle and it makes a noise?
You can try.
I can't whistle, so
Okay,
I'm just gonna say
you make a whistle. You're like you make a whistling noise, and there's like a moment of silence, and then you see this little head just kind of pop out from one of the walkways. Just
You found one?
pops back in.
Is it like cold or warm rain?
It's definitely cold outside. It does not feel like the ambiance has been affected any. But from when she peeked her head outside, it was not a warm rain.
Okay.
It's the rain that if she goes out, she's gonna come back looking like a drowned rat.
Eh.
I will press digitation.
Why? Why?
Where do you press
To get rid of the water.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's like all wet and shit, right?
No, she's not wet yet. She only peeked her head out. She didn't step into
No, I
step.
mean
Walk
like
out.
if she goes out.
Right,
Oh yeah,
right.
you go out.
Zadim,
Me? No.
can I check to see what, if anything, the Rangers Guild people are selling?
What the guild is selling. Roll
If they have
investigation check.
Not much.
You're tired.
Yeah, I'll check tomorrow.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'll wait. Ebron kind of gives you a nod, salutes you with an ale that he immediately just kind of sets down, picks up his rocks, make sure he gets his back from you before. I'll see you in the morning. Sets it down, picks up the 2 kits, and just walks up the stairs.
Night. Can I see if I can sell these Manticore parts to anyone?
The Manticore parts, roll an intelligence check to see if you can find someone who looks like they'd be interested.
Nope.
You're tired. Everyone looks like they'd be good, but at the same time, they also look like they're about ready to head to bed too. And you're just like, man, you could try and poke one of them and see if they'll sell before going to sleep, but they'll probably tell you that they're going to sleep too.
All right, heading up to where to call it a little fucking familiar found.
The prism wing is poking its head out. It's like sitting on one of the hammocks that's just kind of swinging.
You know, I really hope that thing fall because if so, it's gonna hurt.
Also, just add a character to, because your character would know this. She's worried about losing it, but she can use an action to lose track of what's going on around her to look through its eyes and hear what it hears. So you can act, if you were like losing it and you wanted to use your action to do that, you'd be able to see exactly where it is, which would allow you to also telepathically say, hey, I need to see where you're at, and they could let you know where it is.
Oh no, it's not the fact she's lost him, it's the fact that she's scared the hammock's gonna fall.
Oh no, he's sitting in like the middle of the hammock, and it's just swinging. Because he landed on it.
So
What time is it?
It is definitely well after night, probably, say, almost 9:10 p.m.
Alright, it's about time to head in, I reckon.
Yeah.
I say for as long as the storm is going, and the time that we're here, I'm going to start enchanting one of the gems on my book.
Okay. What was? Message me the spell that you wanted to try and enchant that with, just so I can figure out if there's anything that would be needed for that while you're enchanting that.
Where is? There we go.
Ah, good one. Let me see if there's any material component to that real quick. Don't believe there is, but then again, I'm also known for not having a photographic memory of absolutely everything, because there's a lot
I can
of
tell you
stuff
right now, it's on my sheet.
Don't voice it, otherwise people will be like, oh, we know what he's doing. Help keep it a surprise.
It's literally common things.
I'm aware. I know it's common things, but if it has anything for it, you just need to make sure you had that while
No, I mean, like, I could literally just go outside the door and get it.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely just get that from, I think fire would have some of that.
Yep.
So you can if you ask the bartender, he'll give you a pinch of the second ingredient, and you can just get some of that from the first. They're aware of kind of what you are, just based off of how you're dressed. They're okay with you getting it. They know it's nothing harmful. So you would be able to begin the process of enchanting that. Of course, will take time to do that, but you can spend, I'd say, about an hour or two if you wanted to spend more time than that. You'd be a little bit more tired when you woke up. Not exhaustion levels, unless you want to all night.
I'm gonna just do like an hour or two.
Okay. So you put in a few hours of work getting that ready. I'll make a list for that so I can personally know when that'll be ready. So one second here. Alright. So you finish up with that, and then you're like, okay, time to go to sleep. You all get a long rest. As that is winding down. You guys eventually wake up in the morning. The rain has stopped. It's a lot more quiet in the sense that there's not the continual rain. But occasionally you'll hear the crackling of lightning and thunder in the distance, just kind of in the background. The area for the tavern is still in the time of waking up, still getting their feet under them as they're doing so. You guys wake up. It's again gotten a lot quieter. Only a few people are up and at it already. Would you guys like to do anything else while you guys are here?
I get some breakfast.
Obviously. Breakfast is, I think, only like 3 silver or something like that. Let me just double check real quick.
I get a plate of meat.
Yep. Okay.
Plate of meat.
Yeah, 5 silver.
I get enough
yeah,
to feed
Because of my
Bright
race.
Eye.
Yep, of course. You get a what?
I get something for Bright Eye as well.
Okay. She is very thankful for that.
I'm kind of liking Ixie's idea, I'm not gonna lie.
What is that?
I'm kind of liking your idea for food, not gonna lie.
Just plate of meat.
I'm a snake man. Have you ever seen a snake eat fruit?
You really want that question answered?
There is plenty of meat to be had. There's actually, as you guys are walking down, one of the smells that you guys do smell is that it looks like there's a wild boar that has been stripped and is currently being cooked by a few of the people down there. It looks like they quartered it in such a way that they would allow them to cook multiple meals at once, due to just about the dozen people or so here who are currently working in the area. Going downstairs, as I said, 5 silver for the meal. Once you pay that, you sit down. They'd be able to get you nice, pretty juicy, thick slabs of just very nicely cooked meat, as you'd like to order it, however you would like to.
Rare.
Okay, they cook it for like about a minute, and then they serve it to you just to make sure they get it to taste quite nice. So you get yourself some nice juicy food.
And let's be fair, I eat rare in real life too.
You know, I can't halt you for that, 'cause so do I.
Right,
I'm gonna say medium rare because I like to think that my fucking character is a little bit more civilized than I am.
That's up to you.
Oh, dude, my character's all civilized, but he needs meat.
You're also a snake boy, though. So there are expectations.
Snake boy.
I'll give medium rare.
Alright.
I heard that.
What?
I heard that little snort. Wait, I have a question.
Okay.
I know the dragon doesn't eat, but can it still eat?
It like if you're like wanting to feed the prison wing.
I'm wanting to like do little tricks.
You're trying to basically ask if it'll do little tricks for you,
Yes.
like roll over, lay down, stuff like that.
I'm saying like fucking fly into the air to catch some food.
Oh, you're wanting it to do that. You're like, hey, you give it a telepathic message of like that's what you ask it to, and it kind of like quirks its head very curiously, kind of wiggles his butt, gets down.
I'm going to toss this.
It's going to jump up and it's going to try and yeah, it gets it. It jumps up and just kind of wiggles around. It's like, I did it.
It is. It shouldn't be as cute as it is, and I still don't have a name for this thing. I feel bad that I don't have a name for this little creature. There's no idea.
Yeah, you're fine. So it's having a good time. Mr. Noodle's just kind of watching Ixius just having a grand old time with the meat he's ordered. nice and meaty breakfast.
How does he like? I'm saying, is he like civilized fork and knife, or am I watching this guy gulp it down like a snake would?
No, he's still good. He eats it with a fork and knife.
Okay.
Just big chunks.
Look! I've seen the way snakes eat. It's slightly unnerving.
Yeah, their jaw unhinges.
Yep.
But he's being civilized.
Okay.
He was trained to understand the etiquettes of such areas.
So, can I tell that he's a snake person or no?
Didn't you like figure out last episode?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You had said, you had mentioned that like across your face there were the scales for it. It's not like he's hiding it from you.
So then I now have a question for Ixius. Can your jaw unhinge like now?
Oh boy.
No.
That's boring.
Now, if I was my half brother, and I could, but I am what you call a pureblood.
That makes less sense.
I'm more human than snake.
Okay. Look, when you say pure-blooded snake, it's like, that makes less sense that you can't do it. Alright. I'm utterly shocked that he doesn't get me back for asking the question. I'm just waiting for him to fuck with me now. Like, even out of character, I'm nervous.
Oh no, I'm like very young, so he's trying to get his prankster out. But yeah, I'll finish eating.
Okay. So you guys finish. The people from before have come downstairs. They're getting their own meals. Everyone's just chewing away, just like looking, just like, yeah, good food. His is a little bit more fully cooked than rare, but he's eating it with a little less dignity and grace. Just basically just like cutting off a big slab and just.
How would he react if I just come along and steal a small bite of his for fun?
You don't know.
Can I try and do that?
You can.
Do I have to roll sleight of hand?
You walk up. He like looks up at you. He had cut off a couple pieces that he had off to the side. You reach over and you pick it up. He kind of watch. Like he just watches, just like, watches you eat it. He opens his mouth. There's meat, and it's like, oh, sorry. Sorry. Morning. Hi. You just. Okay. Hi. How you doing? This is new. Hi. Nice. Hi.
Can I minor illusion a beehive above them?
You and the minor illusions.
I mean, it is within the bounds to create such a thing. So you're just having that just hovering over his head?
No, it's like connected to the ceiling.
Boys, the team is gonna go look and see
There's-
what the Ranger Guild is selling again.
Okay. He's not sitting where there's any branches over his head, so if you tried to minor illusion a beehive, it would just be hovering over his head.
Ha.
Then
You try and hover it near.
I'm going to put it under the table.
Okay. So you just have a beehive under the table that he does not see because you have minored. It's an illusion that you have minored under his table. He has no idea that it's there at this current time. In the
Yeah,
meantime,
but someone will see it.
I think the
So-
noise would be like.
it's just
Hello?
an image. He hasn't given it any sound yet.
Oh, okay.
How many minor illusions can you have running at the same time? I know you
One.
can- only one? Yeah, I think it was only one. Because I know Druidcraft and I think Thaumaturgy can have up to 3 non-instant stuff.
If it's Thaumaturgy, I was thinking of because I thought it was through.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. Like, I know Druidcraft can have up to like 3 of the minor stuff. Minor illusion.
But what I will do
Mhm.
is you put like a puff of wind with prestidigitation and like make it hit him, so he'll know there's something down there.
Okay.
I think I figured out a name for my little dragon, so I don't know how well.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. As the wind kind of brushes against his legs, he's like, huh? Like, puts in a piece of mouth, huh? Leans down, slowly leans up, just like, I don't want to make them mad. Like, slowly looks over, just like,
Is he
Navarro's
not?
gonna
Is he not looking there anymore?
his eyes are wide, just like, where's the beehive under the table?
The dean will look under the table and poke the beehive. Just
I was
to
about
see
to say,
what's
look at
left.
like Navarro's just gonna poke it with the stick.
He's just like looking down as you are poking at it, and it's
Uh-huh.
completely an illusion.
I want to drop
Yeah.
the illusion and have it make angry bee sound.
He's like gripping the table slowly tighter. Just like,
It's fake.
looks up at you.
It's him. It's just gonna gesture with her head towards Ixius, doing that illusion.
You just see my hands going hoogada.
Oh. He like grabs his chest like,
You're gonna give him a heart attack.
I'm okay. Gives it an okay hand. Just, I'm not okay, but okay.
I'll do the okay hand back.
Navarro's just gonna rub his
And I'll
legs
walk
and
out.
pop him down.
Okay.
Is there anything on Ixius's head?
My hood.
His hood.
His hood?
Mhm.
Cool. I touch the inside of his hood and I cast light.
So as you're walking past, you just see him just like pull his hand through, just tap the inside of your head, just like what the, and all of a sudden it's like a spotlight behind your head, and everywhere that your head is pointing, you now have basically that alien coming over a ridge with just light coming out and just framing your head now.
Wonderful.
I just accept it and walk on.
Good.
I got a spotlight now, so.
He has a spotlight now.
I'm gonna color it.
I'll allow it. What color?
I'm thinking. I'm gonna color it a nice. You know what? You probably don't know it. Just a nice hot pink.
Ah, okay. So you're walking around with this bright hot pink spotlight behind your head. You're just like, I've accepted this.
Now I'm gonna go see what the Rangers Guild has to offer for selling things if they have anything.
Investigation check, and Naivara, if you want to roll an intelligence check to look at the people who might be willing to buy Manticore parts, you can roll that as well. I imagine you're both looking around, but you're looking at different things.
Better than I would roll with. So.
Yep. So with your intelligence check, Naivara, you actually see a different person who, at first, you're confused by them until you realize that you thought it was the same guy as the other guy who caught your attention before. But this guy does not have the like the bone ridge between his eyes. He has more like yellow scales and red scales. Makes him stand out as more of a lizard folk, just a straight up lizard folk. He's kind of messing with some bones and stuff like that, like looking at it, checking it over. Yeah, this is gonna be real nice. It starts. Click.
Hello?
Eh? Hello, welcome. Sit down. I'm just having a quick inspection of my tools. How can I be an assistant? Most people don't come over and talk to me.
I know that accent and I'm crying. I was hoping you might to buy a few manticores that I...
Manticore parts? Show me. I'm interested already.
Jesus Christ. Just 5 spikes and 15 teeth. I fucking use that. Okay, she's gonna show him back.
Oh, there's a lot of teeth you got there. Make for good tips on well, not arrowheads. They're too small for that, but little darts. They'll do the job right. 15. Oh goodness, what you looking to get out of it? What you looking to buy?
I wasn't buying, but I hope you. It's
Ah,
awful.
oh, you're looking to sell. I thought you were looking for trade. That's I suppose that's fair. That's fine and dandy. I would for that, man. I mean, it is from Manticore, so it does have its particular charm to it. Might be able to get something nice for that, but it's a I'd pay a good 50 gold for all that. It's mostly just light bone work, stuff that's gonna probably snap after first couple uses, but still useful.
Would I be able to tell if he's fronting?
You can roll an insight check. Seems to be pretty genuine. He's kind of leaning back, just motioning like, yeah, okay, 60 gold is pretty good.
Alright.
So he pulls out a bag of 50 gold, sets it on the table.
The spikes. Very much. It's getting low, and I don't enjoy that.
What's getting low?
I said I was getting low, and I don't enjoy that. My goal.
You're like, no, I need the money. Quick, sell my stuff. Yeah,
I
so
don't like being.
you sell the spikes, and you get 50 gold. You can remove those from your inventory. He takes them. Much obliged. If you want anything made, darts, daggers, I can make stuff out of bone you wouldn't believe. But you can always come back here. Well, I may not be here myself, but I'll come around.
Would you happen to like this then? She's gonna hold up the stilettos.
The stilettos? Oh. Well, I could suppose I could make something like that, but it requires a bit more hardy bone, if you get my meaning. You're not going to want something fragile.
Of course, but what do you have in mind?
Something big. Some kind of big creature. I don't think that there's anything really around. Unless you're going to the Thunder Slope. Oh, that's got a lot of big creatures there. That also depends on whether you want to make it out of bone or out of carapace. There's obviously the difference between structure and such like that. Carapace, you can just make it out of the carapace itself. Bone, you have to spend some extra time with certain parts of it. Plus, bone doesn't have the curve that some carapace has.
So, which do you recommend?
It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for just something like that, either one of them can work. Just depends on how you use it. Plus, if you're looking for something with hairs on it, carapace is going to be better, but most of the time you're going to want to burn those off anyway, because hair don't look good on any kind of spear.
Which would be better if I'm looking for power? I want it to hurt more.
You're looking for the dangerous part of it. That's simple enough. If you're looking for something a little more dangerous, I'd say go with carapace. Bone's good. Bone will get deep and strong, but it is bone, and with enough force you might break it. Carapace is a little bit sturdier. Gives you more of that lasting power.
Alright. Is there anything around that I might be able to get what I need?
Man, again, if you're going to the Thunderslope Mountains, there's plenty of stuff there. I hear there's giant spiders, giant centipedes, giant scorpions, all kinds of stuff. Giant scorpions are really good for some spears like that.
I think he's gonna see Navarre shiver as soon as he spiders.
Oh, don't worry, the spiders are, well, they're spiders. If you don't mess around with them too much, you should be fine. Unless, you look like itty-bitty prey and snacks to them, which I hopefully wouldn't think that you'd be putting yourself in such a position.
Thank you for the advice.
Not a problem. Glad to be of assistance.
He's gonna head back to Ebrin. I almost called him Indrin.
Ebrin, notice you and kind of waves again, just like, so where are you guys heading? Good meat.
Is Zadim still nearby, or has he just wandered off?
He's with a different seller.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's asking about the wares and such. Most of the
Help me.
Hmm?
I said I forgot which one we were headed to. Someone help me.
Roll an intelligence check. See if the DM will allow you to remember.
Nope.
You were
Remember
heading
what?
north.
Ah! cock.
Northwest.
Wait, I realize that makes no sense. Why would I know which way we're heading before if I don't know now?
It has been a couple of days. You're like, man, I got all these plans, got all these ideas, slept on it, woke up the next day. Where are we heading? You remember the missions and stuff, but you don't remember exactly where it was that... I mean, granted, you were focused on a different mission than Zadim was.
Fair.
So that's why I'm not giving you the actual location of it, because you were heading towards the city. He was heading towards the other place. So you would need him, and he's currently looking at the wares, which, quickly hopping back over was Zadim. Most of the wares here are pretty standard. Arrows, daggers, not a whole lot of anything other than that. They, of course, do have a couple extra rations that they can spare. A few things of hide armor, if that you're interested in armor, but they don't have anything like metalwork. Most of it's pretty much leather.
I'm interested in grabbing, say, another 5 arrows and.
They sell them in
Sure.
bundles of 20.
They sell some bundles of 20. Would my quiver fit more than 20 arrows?
I think a quiver can hold more than 20 arrows. I'm going to have to quickly research that. Quiver arrow holding size. I have never thought to ask this question before. To attempt
No
to
chicken hold up to 20 apparently.
Let's see. No, this is just telling us the type. I need to know how many can.
Roll 20 says that typical quiver can only hold 20, so.
A typical quiver. Yeah, around 24.
You can always make a bigger quiver.
You can. That would just mean it would be
Now
a little
that
more
it's big.
cumbersome. Naivara has clearly decided that she's got her priorities, what she's trying to do with the dwarf.
If it turns out I can't fit more than 20 arrows in there, I'll look and see what they have for daggers.
Yeah, if you already have 20, then I'd say you probably don't want to overbuy on arrows. You don't have a specific quiver for that.
Fair enough.
In terms of daggers, most of them are, again, pretty standard, quick make daggers, nothing super over the top. They do also have darts, which actually the lizard folk that that's Sunday just jumped into me like, hi Meg. No, Naivara was speaking with. He's actually making several darts made out of things like bone and carapace, other miscellaneous stuff that you're not used to seeing worked with in such a way before. But then again, you've also not spent time with lizard folks before. For the daggers, they're pretty standard, quick make daggers. Each one of them they mention is about 2 gold apiece. The darts, he just kind of looks at you and he's just like, you're like looking over, he's like, only 5 copper per dart. I mean, coppers come and go. Get 2 darts for silver. It's what, 20 of gold? That's a lot of darts.
What is the advantage of darts over arrows?
Oh, with arrows, they're big and bulky. See, they got that long shaft to make sure that they can go further. I mean, furthers are good, but when you're up close and personal, I mean, it's not necessarily going to be the best if you're always going to be firing off your limited supply into a melee combat. Dart's smaller. I mean, it only goes about 20 feet or so, 60 if you got a good eye, but it's still going to be about as good as a dagger, but it's going to be much less in terms of weight. Kind of holds up one. Here, hold it.
Alright, I'll take it.
It's very light. Like the dagger in your, like if you picked up a dagger in your hand, a dagger, you can feel the heft to it. With the dart, it's just like rolling it between your fingers. Practically weighs almost nothing in your hands.
Alright. How much was the price for darts again?
Per dart, it's 5 copper. So if you wanted to get 2 darts, that's silver. And if you wanted to get a gold's worth, it's 20 darts.
Alright. I will take a gold's worth of darts, and I would like to look at the daggers as well.
Well, if you're getting the daggers, go ask them. I got two dots right here. Pulls them
Fair
out
enough.
and he gets them lined up. Actually, two of them are actually made from the manticore's teeth. He's very good with his work.
I see.
And he pulls them out. They've got little fletchings on them, so you can actually see where they're going. And pulls them into just a little bag. It's quick to just reach in, just pull out a dart and throw it. Here you go. Pleasure doing business with you. That'll be one gold.
Thank you very much. And I'll hand over a gold.
Yep, he takes it. Ah, pleasure. Sets it down. Let's get working on these spines. And then you can get how many daggers did you want to get?
Let's say, do they have skinning daggers, or is it just like combat daggers?
They do have skinning daggers, yes. Those ones are actually a little bit more gold. They actually cost 5 gold, but they are clearly made with a specific design of being able to skin and carve various creatures. There's even a part on the pommel that looks like it's clearly built for kind of cutting into like carapace and kind of helping to pop it off. It's a specialist carving dagger.
I will buy a regular combat dagger and one skinning dagger.
Okay, 7 gold.
Alright, easy enough.
Right, so you get that. Meanwhile, Naivara is just like, we're northwest, we're heading that direction. Everyone's just kind of nodding.
I'll walk up with my pink spotlight.
Does she
That you will.
know?
Oh,
I
he
don't
knows.
Okay. It's pink.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It matches the red of my cloak very good.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's so fucking shameless about this. It's fucking wonderful.
Everyone just kind of looks between you all, just like, I mean, if you're heading north, I mean, there's mountains to the north, and there's probably gems in those mountains. I mean, if you're, if you're needing any company.
No, I'm walking up to like the
Huh?
the store, the person selling stuff.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's talking to Naivara.
Okay.
Yeah,
Were
you're
you
walking
just
over
trying to not call me another name there? Was that what that pause was?
Maybe. So he's motioned you. What items were you looking for, Ixius?
Do you happen to have any kind of hunting trap or caltrops?
Hunting trap or caltrops?
Or ball bearings, just as good.
No ball bearings, but I know we have a hunting trap around here somewhere. We got a few of them because most of them have been taken out. Trying to keep people from having an over surplus of winter trapping and such like that. Druids and such will get on you. Don't get on their bad side.
Druids aren't so tough.
He kind of just pauses, looks up at you. You ain't been in the area very long, have you? Pulls out a hunting trap, sets it down. 10 gold.
I'll give them 10 gold.
Passes you the hunting trap. You can add a hunting trap to your inventory. As for the caltrops, nothing really like that. You'd have to go to something more like I'm not even sure what kind of store would sell something like that.
Neither do I. That's why I was asking the Rangers Guild
Right?
or the Hunting Guild. They might have
Yeah.
something.
Nothing in our particular guild. We prefer on using darts, daggers, and other various types of combat. Although Greenbite over there, he fancies himself a stone-wielding son of a gun with that sword of his. Came in from the south. Apparently he's one of them folk called a Saurian. Whatever the hell that is. I believe they're from Chakrel. That big-ass island down south. But, I mean, good on him, I guess.
That'll be all. Thank you.
Not a problem. Takes gold.
I have a curious question.
Shoot.
What? Sorry, and
Sariel.
Hmm?
You weren't there. You couldn't hear him, so you don't know what you didn't even know he's a Sariel.
No, this is an out of character question.
I'll tell you later.
Oh, shall we
But I'm right
continue on?
Oh no, he's over there.
Ebrin?
Ebrin.
Wow.
Wow.
Ebrin.
Yeah.
Back off. Was offering to come with them.
Hi. Guy waves.
What can you do? I squint at him.
Well, excuse me. Sorry about that. Ugh. Well, I do have. He reaches back and he pets the battle axe, and he reaches down. He pulls out a socketed with like 2 gems great axe. Sets it on his shoulder. Good at what I do.
That doesn't tell me what you do.
Oh, I'm good with areas and stuff like that. I can inspect any rocks you come across in case you think they're of value, which points at your book. If you're looking for more of the stones like that, I can check that out, check them out. It might be worth something, even if you're not using them for spells and such like that. I know most rocks around here, so I mean, if you're looking in like mountainous areas for specific stuff. Also, I made my way through a swamp once or twice, and if you ever get stuck in a bog or something like that, I can help you out.
So you got your own food.
Yeah.
Okay, you can come with us.
Yay!
I love how this fucking reasoning sucks. I gotta pay for you.
He's just like, yay! I'm helping.
We have a tank.
I like how Guru hesitated.
On which part? On the food part?
Yeah.
No, he hesitated because he was just like, yeah. I have my own food. Okay, you can come. Hurry! Yeah. Yeah, he was thrown off by that. I was like, yeah, you're gonna ask him about stuff like that, but we'll see. Make sure he has his rations here. Oh yeah, that's how many I gave him. Good. It was the other guy who had only 1 because he didn't think he'd be traveling soon. So you guys now have a strong-wielding, happy-go-lucky dwarf who's just looking so happy to be with you. Just yay!
Sounds good.
Does he happy rage?
Maybe.
Does he rage?
You don't know yet.
I know.
I just had the Tulip song in my head now.
So yeah, he gets his items together. He has the battle axe on his hip. He puts the great axe on his back. He picks out a war pick, just slides it into his thing. Picks up the shield, makes sure that it's on his arm. He's like, yep. Kind of like he accidentally lifts it, and there's like that sheen that kind of gives you that sun glint for a second. Like, oh, sorry, my bad. But yeah.
I shine at him with my pink spotlight.
He's like, he stares like wide-eyed just into it, just like, ow, that hurts. Covers his face.
I'll point at the ranger. How about he tell him to turn it off if you don't like it?
He covers his eyes. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Takes 2 steps forward, almost trips over a stool. Okay, maybe not. Can you please turn that off?
Just point your head forward. But I'll like tap the back of his head and dispel it.
Okay. No, that would be right down. So you kind of dispel it, and he's still kind of peeking out from his eyes, just like, is it gone yet?
It's
Yes,
gone.
it is gone.
Okay, thank you. Kind of gets a look around, just like, okay, I'm good. Okay, yeah. All right. So lead on. I'm following you guys.
Show us the way, Navarra.
All right, that's it.
Raining out.
He will assist you and make sure that he can, well, that you're getting where you need to go. So roll with advantage. Yeah, it's
13.
yeah, it's what you needed. So it's really squishy ground. It's wet with mud. Yep. Heading on through, you're looking around. It's again, the ambiance is quite nice. It's still got the thunderbolts and lightning in the distance. After traveling for quite a ways, you actually managed to get to an area that's a little bit drier, but not too much, likely just because the sun's been out for a little bit, peeking through the clouds on occasion. But it's still a very wet ground. Still soaking in all that rainwater. Luckily, a lot of the trees help kind of give it a runoff to prevent it from flooding, as it's getting closer to an area that's starting to come into more of a decline, more sloped. As you guys continue along, eventually sun goes down and you guys will be able to have a rest. As all this is going on, who would like to take first watch?
I'll do it.
Okay. So you,
Have my little dragon help me out with.
yep, kind of peeking their head up, just looking around, very happy.
Assuming perception.
Give you a little campfire ambiance. So roll your perception check. Yep, nice and 18. You keep
Little
your eyes
dragon.
open, looking around, making sure the fire stays fairly banked. Make sure you don't, burn anything. As you're just passively keeping an eye out on things, you do notice that there's rustling of brush in the distance, creatures moving about, especially with the first rains of spring helping melt out any excess snow and such. There's more foliage being unveiled and more creatures that are slowly beginning to poke their heads out. At one point, in the faint outline of the firelight, you swear you see what looks to be bright glowing eyes that turn, but as it bounds away, it takes you a moment to realize, oh, it was just deer. Just casually making its way through its area, getting some food. Surprised to see firelight, but doesn't seem too
Any chance
bothered.
I can roll animal handling to have one come near?
It was like 120 feet away, and it took off already.
No, I mean anything that comes near.
Oh, anything. Nothing really is coming near. They're kind of just giving this area kind of a bit of a, not a wide berth, but giving it enough room so that you're not having them immediately coming down anywhere near you guys.
Aw, okay.
All right. And who would like to take the second watch?
I'll take it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Any advantage from having my animal companion with me?
They would be helping you, so that's yes.
As I said, look, like if he needs help, I'll just have the dragon help him.
Right, 11.
Not the best.
Alright, so for that, I'm actually going to say let's take a quick 5-minute break. We're going to have some stuff going on from
Oh, goody.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll take a quick 5-minute break. Use the restroom, get any water if you need it. And we'll hop
Be
back
right
on in
back.
5. So, 1 second here.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. No. Get away! As soon as I screamed that, my dog decided she wants to jump on my bed. It's like she knew. No. Shouldn't Vlad be the one with the creepy Dracula voice? And yes, Madrino. That is your name now.
Yeah, I figured.
No.
Alright, and I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Alright, so let's get you guys moved over onto the proper map.
Uh,
Move myself over to the proper map. It'd be dark and such, so I'm glad I had that here. Do I have firelight for the campfire? Should. Yes. So you guys are right in here. Let me drop Ebron on the map here. He's currently sleeping right here near the fire. Place yourselves where you guys want to be, everyone.
well, I'm probably near the fire too, so.
That little sprite killing me.
I just love how bushy it is. I was just like, yeah, I can't change that. Still need to work out figuring that out more. Who's on the right?
Naivara, I believe. I'm
that's
on the left.
Who did I put the pink dot on?
Me.
Naivara.
Okay, good. I want to make sure I had the right person there. Alright, and you now have access to your Griffin companion, so you can play some on the map as well.
Oh, thank goodness.
So with a 11, you're keeping an eye out, looking around for stuff.
Oh wait, I can put in too.
Have we established her hit point total at this point?
Whose? Hers?
Bright Eyes.
Bright Eyes, did I swore I did. Let me check her HP total real quick. We have that taken care of. Click
Oh,
the
can I
where it
say
says
that
points.
she also took? It says 5d8 plus 15. It doesn't say
No,
an
no,
average.
click on it. Where it says the numbers, click on it. So instead of the 1, we'll make that an 8. So add 7
Okay.
to that.
Thank you. So that's a 39.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
She has more hit points than I do at this point.
She just
It
doesn't
is a
have as many
purpose.
skills as you.
Can I say that she was also taking a peek? Since apparently she has perception checks based on sight.
You had advantage.
No.
So with an 11, as you and her were both looking around, it's only when you hear a sudden of a footstep stepping down on a dry branch that you realize just how close you let this creature begin moving towards you.
Ah, boy.
There's actually more than one of these. Let me get them real quick. Make sure that you can actually see them, because this map is they've got a
Welcome back.
completely faded out background there.
Please, God, tell me the wing will wake me up.
That's his job.
I'll yell at everybody to wake up, and then I'll put myself in between. Oh boy. I'll put myself in between the one on the right and the rest of the party.
Right. You give a shout of "Wake up! Wake up!" as everyone kind of sits upright. Huh? What? But he is not going to be able to act or do anything. No one is until after we get up that nice and beautiful initiative order. So click on your token, click initiative, and we'll be getting in.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume I shouldn't do this for the prison one.
The Prism Wing has its own initiative.
Ah, excellent.
Yes, good. As it should be.
Really?
What?
Really, though? Should it be? Well, at least at
How do
lower
I
than
roll
that.
for the prison wing? Help me.
Are you on the Prism Wing's page?
Yes.
Are you selecting the Prism Wing?
No.
Whoa.
Mr. Noodles was ready.
He's awake. He is awake.
So if you're selecting the Prism Wing on the sheet, it'll have a area that says initiative. Do you see that?
It's going to say INT on this. It's going to look like
INT,
dice.
right across from where it says armor class.
Oh, okay. Fucking damn it, I forgot that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to select him. Tiny. And his window
Select
is
him
huge.
again. We're going to go with the 16 because that's what you got
Of
before.
course.
I like how our animal companions, well, yours rolled better than you.
Yours is just sitting there like, huh? So, starting off this combat, and before we do that, I was smart enough to go out and find us some combat music.
Oh, thank you.
Legit?
Yeah, I don't want you guys to be going into combat without some good combat music now. First one was, me still getting the hang of this, but we got us some combat music in the background. So, your animal companions will be going first, starting with Mr. Noodle, who is awake, looking around, wide eyes, that realizes
Mr. Noodles is going to attach himself to the new guy.
Going to fly over to and land on Everin and wrap around him. Alright.
Like attached to his back.
Okay. And I'm guessing it's giving him the help action.
Yes.
Okay. And that's its turn.
Yep.
Alright, so as everyone's waking up, your prism perks up and starts looking around as well. What would it be doing?
I think for the moment it's...
There we go. A little quieter. Make sure we can hear you guys.
Oh. Me?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I said I think for the moment it's...
So stay on you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to hold its action until you give it a command.
Yeah.
Okay. Ait'seh. Mr. Noodle just jumped off you onto the other guy. You hear a cry of someone's coming up, and you see these gray-skinned entities approaching the camp.
Would I know what they are? Are they like undead?
That would be a religion check. these creatures appear to be ghouls. They're a very uncommon nuisance, but undead are something of a frustration for various areas, because especially after combats and battles, some necromancers will come along and just raise up these dead, forget to keep control of them, and they just kind of wander off. Seeing them in these areas isn't too uncommon, especially near the Colossi path, since a lot of necromancers try and follow the creature looking for any cast-offs that might fall from it, but seeing them just attack people at night, it's why people keep watch.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on it, knowing that it's undead.
Okay, which one?
The one straight ahead from me.
This one?
This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire away. That's a natural 20. Hit him. Get him,
Damn.
Skeeter. Nice. Alright, so it takes... Does it even have that much health? Yes, it
Right, I
does.
was
It's just,
like,
it, it still has some health left, but yeah, for the two that you see currently, you just launch it, and for this one, it basically just sees this white flash suddenly approach it. It gets slammed in the chest, it stumbles back. It's not happy that it got hit by that.
Oh.
It didn't do extra damage because it's undead.
So far as you're aware, it does not appear to have done any extra damage. Does not appear to be
Okay.
vulnerable to this.
I was gonna take a step back over here,
Alright,
and the next attack on that one has advantage.
that is correct. I will make a little mark on it so it's made aware of that. Let's see, where's that? Yeah, we'll do crumbling little thing to say that it has the guiding bolt mark on it. Zadim. Apparently these creatures are now approaching your campsite.
Oh, goody.
Get that dice out of the way. So there's Zadim.
Alright, so they're a little too close for bow and arrow, I think. I'm going to take out my 2 long swords. I'm going to attack this one first.
You're using longswords?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and just to remind you, you don't have the dual wielder feat yet, so you'd only be able to make one attack with it.
I have 2 weapon fighting, though.
I know, but that doesn't give you the ability to use a longsword as your offhand weapon. You'd have to use 2
Oh.
light weapons for that.
2 light weapons, huh? Not
You'd have to
a
wait till
long
next
sword
week.
and a light weapon?
Well, let me
Okay.
check that.
I will
Let me
take out
check that.
one. Okay.
A specific ruling for that. This is combat, and I swore I knew that, but you're asking, I'm like, wait, is that actually how that works? 2 weapon fighting, 2 weapon fighting. Fight. Melee.
Yeah, the dual wielder feat lets you use normal weapons as a dual wielding option.
Yeah, 2 weapon fighting for if you're using it as an offhand. It specifically states if you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use your bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon in the other hand. So it specifies light. You have
Fair
to have
enough.
the dueling feat for 2 longswords.
I will just shrug my shield off my shoulder and take that then.
Okay. So it's
And-
plus JC.
Swing on this guy still.
Okay, move up and hit him.
With advantage, apparently.
Yep. Nice guiding bolt. That is a 23. That hits. Right, and you swing at him, and it cleaves right off his edge. Off it goes.
You only
Do I
have
have
like
enough
1
movement to
HP
get to
with
this
the
guy?
cutting bolt.
He had 3 HP left. Alright.
Do I have enough movement to get over here?
Yeah, you only move 10 feet.
Alright. Can I attack him, though?
No. You use a longsword.
Alright. I will put my shield up then.
You still have your shield out, which would give you a +2 to AC. If you want to put it away, you could. But
No, I meant
Oh,
just
you're-
like
you're
in
guarded,
front
okay,
of, in
guarded.
between me and him.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I don't need bonus actions like to do.
Yep. Okay. No worries. Naivara, you are awoken by the sounds of him.
Ooh, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark this guy.
Okay. So put a little target reticle on him. So he has now been Hunter's the Marked. Right, and Naivara, you wake up, and you, from him shouting, you wake up, you look over, you see him run over, cleave a head off of some gray-skinned entity, and there's another one approaching camp that he's running at.
Is there any chance that I can Eldritch Blast it without hitting?
Yeah, you have line of sight.
Okay, good. I'm just gonna fucking draw a ruler for my thought process. I'm worried about the baby. Look at this.
Yep, firing into melee is a little bit easier in 5e than it was in other editions. If you rolled a nat 1, I'd say that you'd roll damage and hit him, but that's only if you rolled a nat 1.
Okay. I feel like I've been cursed now.
Yeah, you did the same thing to me.
Okay, fucking 12.
Yeah, you didn't have advantage on that. 12 hits.
Oh, what?
You 12 hits. They're not armored. Alright, so it slams into him, he kind of stumbles back, hisses. Doesn't look like he enjoyed that, but he's still standing.
Guru.
I would...
The legend of Arag continues.
Oh no.
Legend of what?
Arag is his barbarian.
I am...
And I crit every combat. Like, on my first attack.
Usually, yeah.
I will move...
Move up towards it? Okay. I'm guessing you're taking... I mean, he's along for the ride, so...
Yeah.
I don't know why it off-centered it, because I had it so it was, like, in the center for both of them, and now it's just in the corner. So...
If you shift-click yourself and the token, you'll move both of them at the same time.
Yeah, so you can either do that or just drag over them both, so you can select yourself in the prism wing. For when you're moving yourself and your little prism wing buddy who you said you had a name for but never told us.
And you can also use the arrow keys to move.
Yes. You said what?
I said I think. I'm not sure.
That's up to you. So you move up to get up close next to it. As this is going on, from behind you guys, you hear the sound of another set of ghouls that are running up on you. They have to use their full movement to get here, and this one was going to be able to actually get up here and take a swing at... Actually, hold on a second. Ebrin, did you not roll? Gosh dang it, I clicked your initiative for you. No, that's about right. He has same initiative
as the ghouls.
And
Wow.
I think they have more dexterity than him, so I'll say that they go first. That's perfectly fine. This one is going to get a swing in on Ebrin before he fully is awake. Actually, no, if he's not fully awake, that means he's prone, which means they have advantage. So this one is going to try and bite him. That's a natural 20.
Thank you for killing a compatriot right off the bat there, Guru.
Right.
And it's going to lean over and just chomp right into him. As he's like, what's going on? Holy sh... Ow! Dick!
Is enough else to just stick?
As he gets bitten into, he's like, ow! Mother... Ow! As the other ones cannot make it to them, but you are going to get a claw at you, Zadim. Not with advantage, just a standard.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to swing at you. Does a 21 hit?
I think so, yeah.
Right, so it does 5 damage to you, and I need
Oh,
an
goody.
ID Constitution saving throw.
What?
Alright, let's see. Ah, goody.
An 8. You are currently paralyzed.
Excellent.
Oh! Wait, shouldn't it have been knocked back now that I think about it, since I hit it with Eldritch Blast?
Did you push it back?
I assumed that was automatic.
Oh yeah.
It would have been over.
It would have still been able to move
Yeah,
back.
I think.
Yeah, it would have been,
Yeah.
it would have moved back here, and then it would have moved back.
You little dick.
I mean, it was its turn. It had movement. It would have moved right back into melee with him.
Sounds like this, I wish you could be knocked prone by it, but...
No, that'd be a little bit too overpowered. So that's their turn. Ebrin is like, ah! And he is going to go into a rage.
Cool.
Good old Ebrin. He's going to reach out, grab the battle axe, and grab his shield, and he's going to swing down on this creature's head. 15 hits.
With advantage.
Right, because Mr. Noodles. Let's see if he gets a crit on that. Thankfully, he had it
No, he
again.
doesn't.
As he deals 6 damage to this guy next to him, and if I can not do that, thank you. He slams his battle axe down into it and gets, after getting up, after getting out, because he wants to make sure he doesn't have that nice disadvantage. As he glares it down for basically having bit into him, taken off a big chunk of his health. And it is now Bright Eye's turn.
Okay, she's going to move up to
Also for back at home.
this point, because I think that means she'd get flanking bonus, or
Plus
is
two
it
to
over
hit.
here?
Hmm?
Do you have? I don't know if I currently count for flanking because I'm paralyzed. So if I don't, then I'll put her over like here.
Just to be safe, I'd say just go there.
Okay.
Because yeah, there's. Let me see if there's anything specific about flanking, but go ahead and make your attack roll while I'm pulling that up.
Okay.
Because there's no like set rules for it.
All right. She's gonna hit with her claws. Hopefully a
That'll hit,
17
that'll
hits.
hit.
I don't know how to roll damage.
You see where it
for
says the
this.
name
Do
of
I-
the word attack?
Yeah.
Click on the word attack.
Gotcha. All right.
So that's going to. I did not mean to do that over here. I meant to do that over here, but that's fine. So everyone knows how much HP it has, except for you guys. Excellent, excellent. But yeah, it just jumps on it, trying not to make too much noise. It's still quite late and doesn't want to attract any other attention. As it claws into its back, it kind of arcs his back, kind of glancing back at Bright Eye as it snarls and fools, eat them.
Speaks.
Mhm.
Mr. Noodle's turn.
Yeah, he's going to go to the backside.
Like
There
Oh.
we
I'll
go.
move
I
him.
can't.
I'll move him to the back.
Okay, yeah, right there, but he's connected. Let's just say that.
Okay. So you
And-
kind of move behind, like, nope, I don't want to get hit by this.
He's still on him though.
Yep, no worries.
As a bonus act, or never mind. Sorry.
As bonus
That's
action.
it. That's my turn.
Yep, no worries. The Prism Wing, its turn. What would you like that your baby to do?
Exactly.
Hmm?
I'm looking at Euphoria Breath, but I don't know if it's the right level for it. Or if I
You can use
do
it.
it.
You just have to
Okay.
be sacrificing your attack for it to use it.
Oh no, hell no. I have an idea then. I'm out. You got your griffin.
Okay.
just gonna have to-
You can still have it take an action to disengage, hide, or give the help action, which, when within this range, giving the help action would mean that if you try to use like Eldritch Blast, you wouldn't have disadvantage.
Would it be possible for it to give me advantage? Or would it have to be that my... I'm very confused by it, I'm sorry.
You're in melee range with a ranged attack. That would give you disadvantage. If it gave you the help action, you'd be able to do that without the disadvantage.
That's not the one I'm attacking.
Oh, the ones down there? Yeah, it would have to be within 5 feet of that creature.
Okay, it has to be within 5 feet of the... Okay, I got
Yes.
it. Okay, then he's gonna stay on me.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. That's his turn, so I can't do anything with that.
Okay. Ixius, suddenly you hear creatures running up behind you, and you see Ebrin just get
Yeah.
nommed on.
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. Drop it down where you want to summon it.
Oh,
That'll hit.
I was trying to just put down the card, but
Yeah, you can drag and
This
drop
one-
it. It's 12 does hit.
right there.
Yep. You can drag and drop the token that we put for that, unless you want me to do it for you.
Yeah, there we go. I found it.
Again, why is
And-
it... I swore I had these set to be in the center of that, but I'll look into that later. Set you, that hits. Roll damage. That is 11 force damage right against the back of its skull. Ouch. Just slamming down on it.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
I forgot his name, by the way.
Ebrin.
Ebrin.
You can't cast 2 spells on the same turn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You can cast a cantrip, but you wouldn't be able to cast 2 spells.
Well, either way, I'm going to move over here.
I do not want to be here.
That's
yeah,
fair.
right. right here, and then firebolt on that one.
Okay, fire away.
Where is there? It is
That'll hit.
for 5 fire damage.
All right. So you woof, throw out a bolt of fire that streaks through and slams into its face.
Oh wait, we can use the spell and melee hit?
Yes, the spiritual weapon is able to hit anything within 5 feet of the spiritual weapon being summoned, and that is a bonus action for him to use.
Okay.
Right. Zadim, you are currently
I can't do
paralyzed.
anything.
Yep.
Yep.
So make a Constitution saving throw for the end of your turn. Words. You save.
Sorry.
17 saves. So you are no
Cool.
longer paralyzed, which means that if it attacks you,
That's
it's
great.
not going to crit.
Perfect.
So moving to Naivara.
I was here to help next turn if you didn't make the save.
Well, since I'm now able to actually use this fucking spell. Hold up. It says 10 feet past it. Error. I
Oh,
think I'm able to use this. If not, then fuck. But
oh. You are casting Shatter. Okay, let me just quickly check one thing here, because you are of the level that you can cast it. Shatter, shatter, shatter. Yep. Alright, they have to make Constitution saves. Nope. No. So, the one in front of Ebrin, you turn around and you twist your hand as a warping of the air just crackles for a moment. Ebrin's kind of staring like, what? All of a sudden there's this crack as a almost like a bolt of lightning without any lightning just cracks the air as the world seems to shake and shimmer for a moment. The one in front of Ebrin just kind of turns for a moment, just like ha, slammed into the shockwave as it's basically blown apart. And everyone just kind of looks at it just like, ew.
Nice.
The other one shakes it for a moment as it holds its head, screaming for a moment, just ah! Kill the caster, kill her! As it looks towards everyone, just like, I'll deal with you later.
well, shit. Can I move?
Is still
Which
your
caster?
turn, but it didn't specify.
Which one is speaking?
The one who was in the middle of the shatter.
I'm gonna move over
Okay.
here.
Okay, the ghoul is going to swing at you, by the way.
Ah, I forgot opportunity.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
that's
That's
nice.
gonna Roll a Constitution save as you take 8 points of slashing damage. Nope. You are paralyzed.
I love how I'm able to move over. Wait, so when I put my thing back? Okay.
I did. So as you're turning, it scratches at your back. It's painful, and then all of a sudden your body just. Uh-oh. You can't even move. You can't even speak. You're just. You're not able to move. Which I do see, and I did check the notes on it, but because the lore for these are different, you do not have the elven immunity to their claws. Just in case anyone's like, elves have immunity. Nah, lore's different in ait'seh. You are paralyzed.
The only fucking things that I know that elves are
20,
fucking
25. This one does not
charming.
like that it saw you crack it with it, so it's going to roll with advantage
Oh no.
to try, and it's going to just try and basically backhand you. Luckily it didn't crit or
That
anything
is-
like that, but yeah, that's a 20. As it's going to deal 5 damage to you.
Ow!
Oh wait, no, it's a crit, so it rolls the damage twice because it is still an auto crit.
Oh.
So you take 11 points of damage. Yeah,
Um,
paralysis is nasty. Are you out?
No.
Yep. Luckily,
Barely.
the one in front of here, hold on. Let me click that. This guy
Hmm.
is not focused on you. He's trying to attack Zadim again.
Yeet.
That's a
Oh,
hit you.
sweet lord.
Constitution save. You're fine.
Okay.
Where did I hit?
All right, and that's the end of their turn because there's only 2 of them now. Well, I meant to cycle through. Yep, you guys all moved away from the barbarian who's just looking at. He's just like, bitch! Runs over to the one who attacked Naivara's just like, hey, hey, hey! It looks over at him. Fuck you. He's going to swing away at it.
He rolls with advantage if I remember correctly.
Because he does have Mr. Noodle on his shoulder. I'd say 21 hits. As it turns and he says fuck you to it, it looks over and he just beheads it. Head just kind of he looks at it just like, you're gross. And he's going to take Mr. Noodle with him. As they move over here, it's just like, hey, 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 focus on me. Here, look at me. And looks at him just like, what?
He's a walking tank.
And it is now Bright Eye's turn.
All right, so she's gonna move back down, so she has advantage again.
All right. Well, the +2, not advantage.
Oh, she has +2 to hit. Interesting.
Yes.
I thought flanking gave advantage, but all right.
It's the standard tabletop rules of that. Just because I've seen just how much damage crits can do, I decided instead basically just give it a +2. So like if you were doing archery, that wouldn't help you, but if you were like face to face with them, you would still get the +2 to hit. So it's basically like sword version of archery.
Okay.
Bright Eye is gonna be making an attack.
Beat this time.
Gonna nip him.
Whoops, that doesn't have.
A 9 misses. It does not have advantage, so a 9 just as it leans away and just snarls at Bright Eye. Mr. Noodle, still being a good noodle on Ebron's back. What would you like Mr. Noodle to do?
He's gonna stay there.
Gotcha. Still giving the help action. Alright, and you can't give any commands to it besides but you can do it. No, you can't because it's telepathic. As your little prism wing is just like,
Help. I need any kind of help I can get here.
I'm going
Can
to
I
check something
give
here
the
real
help back?
quick. Because that's actually a very interesting question that you just made me think of. Can that work for saving throws? Help action.
What? No, it can't.
Next ability check. Yep, does not help with saving throws. I'm like, yep.
Well,
So it's still giving you the help action, but it doesn't know what to do. It's like, Ixius, it is your turn.
I will cast Lesser Restoration on Navara.
Okay.
She's
that
not
means her
she's not
paralysis-
paralyzed anymore.
Her paralysis goes
Oh.
away. And you can move the spiritual weapon up to 20 feet.
Yep. So it'll be here. I already measured it.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
move that over, you cast Lesser Restoration. You are no longer paralyzed. You can breathe again.
can I? I'm in some really poor shape here.
I mean, if you're holding your breath, that's on you.
I swear.
Zadim, it is your turn.
All right.
This guy keeps trying to paralyze you.
1 second, I just want to check something real quick.
Okay.
Guru, all that necrotic damage I took?
Nope.
That's half.
Slashing.
I didn't take any necrotic damage?
Nope.
Interesting.
None of that was necrotic. Yeah, I remember that you have resistance. Don't worry.
Move. How bad is the ghoul in front of me looking?
Rough.
Okay. Take a swing.
Alright, smack away. That'll hit.
Apparently +2. Excellent.
It smacks right into him. He's still up, but he looks like he's getting very flighty. Looks like he wants to run away.
1 second.
Oh, bless your hunter's mark. No, he is not. How would you like to do this?
Alright, so I think I'm just gonna swipe downwards, go right through his clavicle and down through his hip.
Alright, so you slam it down and just push right on through. It tries to take a step back, but you push into it, and you actually see Bright Eye just kind of give it a little shoulder bump, pushing it back into you as you just right through it, down to the hip, just shoulder to hip, just one, not nearly smooth motion, but you take out everything in the way, just down it goes, and it just kind of stumbles back for a moment, stares at you. Ow! Right, and with that, we can end the sound of combat and go back to the sound of the campsite, as we are no longer in initiative. And you now have the bodies of 4 of these creatures that ait'seh has idly identified as being ghouls around the campsite.
I will give everyone cure wounds.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Thanks.
What pieces can I take from these fuckers?
I call dibs on the fingers.
So, Zadim, you get 10.
Nice.
Navarro, you get 11.
Oh.
And everyone gets 9.
Everyone's just like, thanks.
And that's all my spell slots.
Kind of looks at you just like, you okay, man? Kind of pats your shoulder. You look like you had yourself under control at least. This was, where'd they come from?
I'm not okay, and I'm taking their teeth.
You're taking their teeth.
I'm taking whatever the hell I can get off, except for the fingers, because
Ew.
the team just called dibs.
I did.
For either of you, if you're taking their pieces, roll survival with disadvantage. Unless you're both focusing on one, in which case it would take a lot longer to get it.
Does that skinning knife give me any
yours was-
advantage?
For these, no.
Alright. I'll help out.
Okay,
Navarro first.
Oh, okay. I figured that the person helping me would just give me, like, normal straight roll.
it is a straight roll if you help, yes.
I'm like, 'cause she's going for all of them.
I'm just going to move the rest of the ghouls just away from the camp.
You're just like, I don't want these here. Move them away.
Away and buried.
So while you two are like, we want parts of these, we want trophies. ait'seh is just like, no,
Oh,
bad,
wow.
away.
Well, if he's rolling them all away, I wouldn't focus on one in the first place. Because
Hmm?
I'm sure I can only get one. I'll just do Ixis is moving the rest away, so would I just go for one?
Yeah, you're around the one that you're with. Everyone just kind of looks at you just like, I've
So
fought
it'd
some of
be
these
with
before.
One?
They're assholes. Kind
So
of
it'd
goes
be
over and
with
sits
advantage?
by the fire.
You're welcome, by the way, as I'm dragging one away.
Thank you. Healers are awesome. With a 9, you get a tooth. You break about most of the other ones as you're trying to pull them out.
Oh, good. Can I smack it in the face again with my fucking stick?
I'll let you do that as a free thing, just to smack it.
Fucker!
And I believe Zadim said he was looking to get claws.
Indeed.
Okay, roll a survival check, which after watching her break most of the teeth and trying to help hold its jaw open, she's now helping you with the removal of the fingers. And meanwhile, ait'seh is just, he is having none of this shit, and he's trying to just bury it all away. So go ahead and roll that survival check.
Them or me?
Not with
him.
advantage, right?
No, straight. Otherwise it would be with
Oh.
disadvantage.
Can I give them advantage with Mr. Noodles?
You can't have double advantage.
I didn't think so.
Alright, 19. For you, it's a little bit easier getting it. You're trying to, you're not sure what kind of unearthly necrotic magic was used to make these, and you're essentially trying to get essentially the whole fingers for it. It is a messy process. It is not something that is, it does not look nice or good either. Luckily, they seem to be mostly drained of any blood so far as you can tell. There is some that, you know, as you cut it off, it's like gross, but you're used to cutting up various creatures and skinning them, so this is nothing new for you. It's just how humanoid they look. That's just kind of off-putting. And with that 19, I'd say you're able to get at least a good, say, 7 fingers from the one that you're going with. And as you turn around, you see that all the other ones are being buried. Ebron actually, when he hears that Ixius is doing that, he actually pulls out a shovel. He's like, "I got this." He actually starts rage digging a hole to bury it. And by the time you guys turn around, most of them are being just quickly patted down by Ebron, who's looking at you just like, "I don't need any of this shit again. These guys are assholes." Pats it down more.
What's everyone's HP at still?
You guys will be able to take a long rest after this, but
Okay.
yeah, you guys are all you're all feeling the pain of these things jumping on you.
I'm not.
You were fine. You managed to get away before that other one could run over to you, and by that point, Shatter had been wrong. It was just like, nah, focus that caster.
I gave you lesser restoration.
You were fine.
I don't like
Eventually.
being the center of attention when I probably, if I remember correctly, have the lowest health aside from the fucking familiars.
I think
My health is pretty low.
I think you have like similar to the wizard.
Only got 20 HP.
Oh, we have the exact same HP.
Right, but with that, after getting your little trophies, your little bits, after burying the remains, you guys kind of move back around the fire, just kind of leaning back. Just Ebron looks.
I take it they didn't have anything on them when I was burying them.
Roll an investigation check.
Can I get help from Mr. Noodles?
If Mr. Noodles is on your shoulders, which I see he is,
Yep.
I'll say yes.
Where is my investigation? Come on, where you at? There it is.
I just realized.
On the
Can I tell
23,
the gender on my dress?
you've not asked that. I would say roll a nature check, which I will get to after we run with the investigation, which, looking them over, you actually do find that on this particular ghoul that you're bearing, there is a pouch that's probably had no use for it, but it was raised with it, so it just had it on it. Looking through it, you see that there is a ring. Looks like it's made out of some kind of silver, as well as a little gem inset into it. 30 gold pieces, or not 30 gold, 30 silver pieces, and 2 gold. There's a difference in the currency there. 30 silver pieces, 2 gold.
I'm just pocketing all that.
Okay. Actually, let me roll for.
You're rich, bitch. You ain't gonna share the wealth.
How do you think I got rich?
Yeah,
Fair.
Ebron also finds a pouch on it. He kind of looks in it, tilts his head curiously, closes it, just kind of ties it to his belt.
Y'all are both assholes.
And how much is the ring worth? Is it like a gold ring?
Silver ring. A silver ring that you do not yet have appraised. It also
And then
has
you said there's a gem in it?
there's a gem
What
in
color?
it. It is a green gem.
I'm gonna let fucking
Ebron.
Everin take a look at the ring.
I'm not the only one who's fucking up his name.
You hand it to him. He takes it. He opens up his jewelry kit, just like, "I got this, no worries." He picks it up, pulls out a thing. Actually, the magnifying glass would give him advantage on checking that. He's going to appraise it real quick. Yeah, 24, not bad at all. As he takes a moment to look it over, he kind of nods. Actually, 17 would have been fine for him. Like, not a very big emerald, but it's definitely good. To the right seller, you probably sell it for about 25, 30 gold.
Kind of what I was
Cute.
thinking.
Guys.
Yeah, I mean, kind of reaches into his pouch. He pulls out a similar silver ring with a green emerald in it. what I found on that guy too. Weird ring. Haven't seen anything like it in.
I wonder if the goofballs over there cutting one up will find the one on them.
I don't know. I think they're more
No,
focused on the mutilation of him. But I mean, you know, to each their own.
Any chance I can investigate the one that's beside me?
Yeah, you can roll investigation.
No. Huh?
Yeah, you can roll investigation.
Would I get advantage? With Mr. Noodles, oh my god, with my prism ring, I just automatically
Yes,
went to
you
Mr.
can.
Noodle mode.
You can investigate with advantage. You've not yet named it.
Hit me fuck all!
No, you find
Well,
a bag.
I need,
You find a
I
pouch
need
on
to
it.
figure it out.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I have an idea.
Did you roll that? Yeah, 18 nature.
Yeah,
It's
18.
boy.
Oh, wonderful. I'll call it Arceus then.
Arceus. Okay.
Or Arceus. I'm assuming that's Arceus, considering.
It's whatever you want to say, how you want to say it. You made up the word.
No, I didn't actually. I looked up Latin for rainbow. And it's Arceus.
That makes sense. So you looked up Sylvan for rainbow.
Sylvan?
Nah.
I guess so.
Well, you looked up Latin and Arceus is fine. I'll make sure that on the sheet, so that way I don't forget that the Prism Wing's name is Arceus. I will.
I'm actually calling it Arceus, excuse me, because I
Yeah.
just realized how Arceus sounds.
Yeah, Arcus. That works. But yeah, you find a pouch on it. It's not
Great.
exactly hard. It's tied to the belt. It's not like it's hiding it.
Fucking no. For all I know, I had to fucking cut open his chest and dig around like I was fucking excavating.
Ew. Why would it hide it inside? Ew. No, it's on its
I've
belt.
heard weirder things.
Well, you're not investigating for a pouch that it ate. It's on his belt.
Fucking Kali Ma, this bitch.
Oh boy.
Well, now that I'm up, I'm going to continue the enchantment for about 2 hours and go back to sleep.
Okay. So you spend a few more hours.
We're back to sleep. Fuck this.
You're going straight to sleep after you grab the bag. You don't open it. You're just like, I'm just sleeping. Everyone just kind of watches.
Oh.
Like, I'll take the last watch. You guys get some sleep.
I'll check it in the morning.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll let Mr. Noodles hang out with him.
Oh, hey, hi there, snake friend. Kind of gives a little boop on the snoot. Sits down. Keeps
He
his
doesn't need to sleep. Arcus doesn't need to sleep, does he?
as a
No.
familiar. Technically, no.
Okay, well
He'll
then,
keep an eye on you. Oh, let me
Sit him.
move it
not
back.
there. There.
I'm
Fuck
moving
you,
it back so you can see him. Yeah, the fact that I can't get it to be centered is annoying to me.
Well, shit. Earlier I could put him in
I know.
different parts of a square. Hell.
I know. It was letting us do that before. Now it's just not. Roll 20. What have you done to us? Why have you
Bro.
forsaken us? Granted, roll 20. You also thank you so much for letting us be able to use this platform. It is quite good. But anyways, so yeah, you guys can all take a rest. Zadim, anything else you're doing before you go to sleep? Zadim, you still here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm good.
So you're gonna go to sleep as well? Alright, so you curl up, you let Bright Eye curl up with you. Bright Eye is just completely untouched, looking very proud of herself, just like, I did it! I listened to what you said and I did it! Are you proud of me? Nuzzles up to you.
An overgrown cat.
I'll scratch your cheek.
As it lays down, just just like immediately and immediately falls asleep. I mean, it is part lion, so it would make sense that it's part cat. And with that, we'll end the session here.
I don't like coming down to 1 health.
What?
I got down to 1 health. The only reason. That's the reason you heard me scream.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, hold on, I'm adding up in my head. Wait, are you out? Like, you have to have at least 2 HP left. Like, no, I'm not out. Like, okay, good, you're still alive. How much health? I don't care. That's for you guys to determine. But no, I do care, and I knew that from, if I wanted to, this guy would have tried to attack you. So let me ping it for everyone else. This guy could have tried to attack you, but he was also stuck between a griffin and a ranger who was no longer paralyzed, and he wanted you paralyzed so he could move away without 2 opportunity attacks. Unfortunately, you didn't get paralyzed, so he's just like, dick. I'm just surprised you guys rolled low enough on your Constitution checks to be stuck where you were. I'm like, oh, I thought you guys had more Constitution than that.
Constitution.
Well, I know you have a 1 in Constitution, but I thought Zadim had more Constitution than that. I was just like, huh, interesting.
Actually, I had to cast less restoration.
Yeah. And meanwhile, everyone's just like, oh wait, no, he's just waking up. He's prone. Chomp. Oh, ow. Yeah. That took out a good chunk of his health too. I think that would have actually like one-shot most of you guys. Well, actually 2 of you guys.
Yes.
You were just like, he's still up? I'm like, yeah, he's got like 13 health left.
I figured he was a tank.
Oh yeah, he's
That much I
tanky.
knew.
Yeah, he's tanky. He's there to be, he's there to help you guys out with the tankiness, which, to be fair, Zadim can kind of do that, but he also can go from range to close combat, whereas Ebron is just full tank. Which, fun fact, since actually I'll let you guys know out of character since we're at the end of the session here. Saurials, the creature that was mentioned, are a race in my world, which you already heard was from a place called Chakrel. None of you've really heard anything about it really, but in D&D lore, Saurials are essentially dinosaur people that are from a different plane of existence. They were brought to the Forgotten Realms by an evil god and broke away from it to not be under their rule, but there are 4 kinds of them, and they're all, as I said, dinosaur people. Which I will actually, let me see here real quick if I should still have the, I swear I had the handout, where is it? What do you mean meat?
What?
Boy, what do you mean by meat?
That's all I eat.
Oh yeah, that's right, you eat meat, that's right. They are not food. They are friends. And you heard
They will kill you.
him,
Dub them.
yeah, they could. I mean, this guy could easily fight back. Which, by the way, I will let you guys get a look because you guys did not get a chance to see Greenbite. So I'm actually going to show to players. This is what Greenbite looked like. That's what I mean. But he had that thin head to him. But you guys were like, no, we're going to focus on this silly-looking dwarf guy who's definitely not the brightest, but he's a good guy. He's got a lot of heart. Alright. And with that, I'm going to wrap up the recording here, so that way we can let our friends on YouTube have their chance to digest and enjoy the fun session. And we'll be back again next Wednesday. For those of you who are watching in the future, we stream Eastern Standard Time. 4:30 is when the actual D&D game starts, but I set up around 4 so you can hear little antics and fun stuff that aren't caught in the recording. And if you guys are watching this in the future, we appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you guys again next time.